Emmanuel, thank you very much. For the first time in 14 years, we say, welcome to Big 12 football in Boulder, Colorado. It's the Big 12 opener, Baylor, in to face the Buffs, who are back in the league for the first time since 2010. And here comes Ralphie leading the Buffs. Here comes the guy that a lot of people are here to see. Coach Prime leading the 2-1 Buffs onto Folsom Field. We're so glad you're with us, Mark Helfrich.
How good is that?
That is great. Ralphie gets you ready for a big game like nothing else here. But 2-1 for both teams, Baylor and Colorado, obviously with different levels of attention to get there. But tonight we get to figure out who's really going to be competitive.
No doubt, and the star has been Deion Sanders. We got a foil story tonight too with Dave Aranda, an unbelievably talented defensive coordinator. Something's got to give, and this is a must-win situation really for both teams to get to where they want to be long-term.
Yeah, that goal, the first part of the sheet is get to bowl eligibility. Big step toward that tonight. The stars for Colorado, the country knows it. You know it, watching back home. They ain't hard to find.
No, they are not. They are not hard to find. There's sweatshirts for that too. But Shedeur Sanders, man, you watch tape. He's got triple nines, 999 yards of the season. I'm going to go on a big limb tonight that he's going to be over 1,000 in that first drive. He's smart, he's tough, he's accurate, he's got a great release. And then there's this guy, the weapon everywhere in the field. He's only the best return man in the game. He's only the best receiver in the game. And he's only the best corner in all of college football.
Which makes tonight really interesting, especially with Travis Hunter playing offense. Baylor's got the best pass defense in college football.
They do. The #1 pass defense in America. There's some, closet games. The Tarleton game, the Air Force game will pad those stats. But Dave Aranda is all about a simulated pressure. And we'll get into that later tonight, but it's designed to confuse that QB, to confuse that O-line, mess with his footwork that can be a problem for Shedeur. But to win, to protect on the back end, they got to get home with that guy right there. Matt Jones has to spend time in the Colorado backfield.
What do simulated pressures and fajitas have in common? Find out as the night rolls on. Our game countdown brought to you by Progressive. They've been waiting for Big 12 football in Boulder for 14 years. They finally got it back tonight with the Baylor Bears in town. Kickoff is next. Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders, since they've been here in Boulder, there's been drama in every home game. They've all been close. We expect the same tonight with a little fall chill in the air. We heard from Coach Prime earlier in the week. He's not worried about any rain.
He controls the weather, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, no precipitation on tap, at least in the first half. Second half might be a different story.
Well, homecoming game for Colorado. Baylor on the road for their Big 12 opener. After a 2-1 start both ways. Jace Feely's got it teed up. On the last night of summer, where else would you rather be than right here? Thanks for being in with us.
Absolutely awesome.
Gorgeous night in Boulder. Here we go in the Big 12 from Folsom Field. And Baylor's night will begin with, drum roll,
yes,
Sawyer Robertson.
Sawyer Robertson will be
coming out of quarterback.
Yep, his second start after coming in relief of DeQuan Finn, who got cleared late this week, and he is available. They anticipate him being available in certain packages, but it's going to be that guy right there, the Mississippi transfer, 6'4", 220, a run-pass threat. Doesn't have the finishing speed of DeQuan Finn. DeQuan Finn threw for 1,000,000 yards, but Sawyer Robertson can do it all.
So in his second start of the year after leading the Air Force win, Sawyer Robertson starts on the ground with Washington.
Had to crease their front side. Take a look at the rest of the offense. They're going to have to figure out the fronts. Jake Spavital, the experienced play caller, Colton Price, the Blue Texas sophomore, will get that all organized. And then a guy that's probably going to be an X factor, Michael Trigg at tight end.
The leading pass catcher, nothing doing on the ground for Washington. So that's swallowed up by Silman Craig up from safety.
And they're bringing five right there. Baylor's going to substitute so Colorado can match up and play their third down defense. Rob Livingston, the new defensive coordinator at Colorado this season, a ton of man-free first and second downs, will carry that over to third down, but likes to have a unique package every game on third down.
All manned up across the board on third down and 7. Silman Craig showing some pressure. He's not coming here. Little pitch out to Washington, and he stops just past the 30 by Silman Craig. So Colorado's defense goes 3 and out on the opening drive of the night.
Nice job by Silman Craig. They're getting off the block. Watch, it's going to be a speed option right there, pitching off of 40. A little old school. That's not exactly Darian Hagan, right, who's been in this building before, running that speed option, but trying to, that's a little pressure outlet, running that speed option, trying to get Washington in space. Not so fast at Silman Craig.
It's like Baylor stole that from Air Force's playbook.
No doubt, yes.
They played last week. So after a good start for Silman Craig, it's safety. It's LeJontay Wester back to receive this punt from Williams. And off the side of the foot, but got a Baylor roll down to the 20-yard line. So Colorado onto the field for the first time tonight, which means we see Shedeur Sanders for the first time. A living, breathing headline. Anything he does
yes,
on the field or off it becomes news. There's no doubt about the self-belief and the ability when you watch Shedeur Sanders.
No, so good, and we joked about it. That's triple nines right now, 9 passing touchdowns. He's trying to hit that jackpot just over the top to get over 1,000. I'm going to guarantee that happens tonight. But yeah, watching him in pregame warm-up, man, it's as advertised. He came up to me and goes, hey, we're going to be a lot more balanced tonight. He was like almost apologizing. Hey, if I had, that dude's skills, I'd find this skill set on the outside a lot. And there
he wasn't lying to you. Welch right up the middle with a burst. After he was a breakout player in that Colorado State win, he's got a first down.
A little RPO action, and if they're able to do that against this front with these skilled people on the perimeter, that body blow type effect is big time from Welch.
Colorado's offense has been 65% pass, 35% run, but 2 runs to open up the night for this offensive line that is trying to prove that last week was not a one-off, and they are much improved.
They are. A little shuffle around. Houston at right tackle, Brown at left guard, but it's always been Zelinskis at center running the show. Jimmy Horn Jr. is the other X factor for them. Travis Hunter is going to be double teamed. He's going to be, highlighted on every game plan board in America. Jimmy Horn is equally as effective in a lot of one-on-one situations.
And it's Caden Jenkins, bottom of the screen, the cornerback for Baylor, that gets that opening assignment. Here's Sanders' first pass. Pocket closes, and down he goes. Jackie Marshall drags him down.
And that's the proverbial coverage sack right there. And they double team Travis Hunter, corner safety jumped over the top. And this is what we talked about earlier. It's which 4 guys, okay, the simulated pressure, which 4 guys are going to rush. You have to figure that out in the front. But on the back end, Dave Aranda, the defensive guru, likes to protect that back end.
Well, Dave Aranda said they've got to get hits on Sanders early.
See those safeties high right there.
Well, flag comes out. They get another hit on him. Ball comes out. Recovered by Colorado. Here's Randolph coming around the edge. There's a flag on the far side.
When you watch Colorado on tape, as we get the call here first from Luke Richmond.
Offside. Defense. Number 10. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's Steve Linton. They're starting 2 edge players that are stand-up guys. Steve Linton and Garmin Randolph for Baylor tonight.
Yeah, Dave Aranda calls those guys jacks, and basically outside backers, just chess pieces for this guy to move around. A lot of times they'll line up in a conventional look like this, a true 4-down look. looking like most other teams in America.
A run play, and that is going nowhere. Welch had nowhere to go. Roberts Day made the play, and punt time for Colorado.
Yeah, they keep hammering. We got to run the ball, got to run the ball, got to run the ball, and great effort just slipping the block right there that time from Big Roberts Day.
So Mark Bassett out for the first time for Colorado. 1 first down on the ground for the Buffs. And Baylor getting it right back into the hands of Josh Cameron in the offense. It is Cameron back to get this. And it is returnable. But he did get away from that original surge. Cameron with space to move. Hits the edge. And a stiff arm for Bassett. A convoy in front of him with a flag down behind at the 40. He takes it to plus territory at the 40, but flag down to the sideline.
Yeah, this is giving you one of those killer penalties for Baylor. The ball's at the 38 right now. The plus 38 if you're a Baylor Bear fan. The officials are discussing. The Baylor coaching staff is helping him with the flags placement. That's usually not encouraged.
There is no foul for the legal block on the play. It'll be first down, Baylor.
That's huge. That's about a 35-yard difference in field position from where that enforcement would have taken place.
Well, the punt was 56 yards, 52-yard return. Little dance party on Colorado's homecoming weekend, getting us started at Folsom Field. Day in the Rockies. Hard to stay inside when you come here.
Yes.
Our Hampton stay in the game. Hilton for the stay. These are your keys for tonight.
Yeah, these were from both head coaches. For Baylor, it's what we talked about with the simulated pressures. Attack them and dictate defensively on our terms. And for Colorado, with so much man-free, as we see them line up in right here, win those one-on-ones and tackle in space. They missed on that punt return.
And second drive for Baylor with Sawyer Robertson at quarterback, making his second start of the year. And his throw to the back shoulder is caught for a first down. So a much better start to this drive. Getting it to Hal Presley, who is active again tonight after missing last week. Presley
on McKinney. I think we're going to have a ton of this tonight. McKinney, the corner opposite Travis Hunter, you get a lot of work.
And it's Bryson Washington, last week's breakout star for the Bears, ahead for a few yards. This all set up by Josh Cameron's punt return of 52 yards mark. He caught it inside the 10, brought it into plus territory.
Yeah, broke that ankle tackle, almost went down. A huge change in field position. He did such a great job last week off the ball. The guy without the ball, Josh Cameron, 34, shows up. The runoff player, the blocking 2 guys late to spring guys. Great effort guy.
And a toss out for Washington, and the edge is sealed off. Hill Green out there among several Buffs. Silman Craig again active up from safety.
Yeah, watch 7 and 8. Show up 7, comes right there, sets the edge, spills it back to the pursuit coming inside out. Usually that's Bentley 20 coming in a hurry and in a bad attitude. That time it's Hill Green 41.
This is a Colorado defense that has been terrific since halftime 2 weeks ago against Nebraska. They've allowed 9 points in their last 6 quarters.
3 and 5.
On third down, dump to Washington, and that's blown up on the edge. Silman Craig is flying around these first 2 drives.
Trying to run a little rub ski with the tight end, and they can't work up to Silman Craig. And he says, no, I'm not falling for that. I'm finishing, running through him, as you see a little bit of precipitation start to fall here.
With Isaiah Hankins coming out to drive from 32 yards. And looking for the first points of the night, and he's got them. So the special teams helps Baylor score. It was Josh Cameron bringing it back, slipping the hood tackle all the way inside his 5. Setting up the field goal, and Baylor the first to score in their first Big 12 game. Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. It's prime time o'clock, according to the students. Dave Aranda in his 5th year. He's been less stoic this year. It's been more heat-seeking emotion from the typically understated head coach.
Yeah, what do you say? He's regressing as a human. He's regressing on the evolutionary scale or something. For Dave Aranda, that's cursing in a medium voice. He's not going to scream. Maybe behind closed doors, maybe. But he was awesome in our meeting.
In his slow, drawn-out, thoughtful tempo.
I'm going to blitz you in a very kind way.
Hey, let's go inside the film room with Coach Prime's offense.
And here's a look from the Colorado State game. And this is kind of what Dave Aranda doesn't want to do. Bring 4 off the side and kind of expose the rest of the play. Here's the throwback to the field. This is right before halftime. Open up that dig route for LeJontay Wester, thrown perfectly in stride and converting. That's what they try not to do. And then you flip it over to Colorado, basically 99.9% drop back pass, like straight drop back pass. We'll see what they can do, maybe move the pocket to get out of harm's way. Here's one right here.
Well, they throw the ball a lot. The first pass attempt for Shedeur Sanders tonight is complete to Jimmy Horn for a first down.
That is huge. That is a big deal. That's I've watched a ton of that film. That's the first time that wasn't the Nebraska game that they moved the pocket on purpose. What that does, that now every defensive angle, everything that Dave Aranda has gone into this game, which going, okay, what if they do that? What if, and again, but that's why he doesn't, it's not a high-risk blitz type of situation.
70% of the plays this year have been called pass, but no pass attempt for Sanders on the first drive when they punt it.
Right here, 6-man box, probably going to run it.
With Welch, who bounces off a couple of hits and is snowed under. So Sanders hit Jimmy Horn on that first completion of the night. Important for Colorado to get him going like they did week 1 against North Dakota State.
Yeah, that guy is a weapon. He's everything. He's dynamic. He's physical. He plays way bigger than his height would say. And that last play was a great example of Shedeur Sanders really smart. He goes, hey, I want to get to this 6-man box play. I had the 5-0 lineman and the tight end to block it. Dave Aranda knows that too, so he steps into it and stops him. Twist.
And Sanders throwing to the wide side to Wester, who's knocked down shy of the first down. So positive plays on both passes for Sanders, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Yep, here's what happened in the Nebraska game. That looper right there got home. That time it was Evans just short of getting there, and a great job by Shedeur of standing in there and firing.
You're getting excited on those twisters.
Got to get the ball out.
The quarterback clock in you is coming out from your Southern Oregon days. On a 3rd and short. It's another run for Colorado. It's a first down with a gust of. Dallin Hayden is the starting back for Colorado. Missed last week's game. He is suited up, but it's mostly going to be a Gustav and Welch tonight, we're told.
Yeah, a lot of Buff fans going to be fired up about that, to see him out there. As you see Jackie Marshall, 0, kind of losing contain right there and allowing the talented Dallin Hayden to bounce it.
And Gustav stays in there at running back. That throw behind Horn, and he slips out of it. That could have been a loss of 5. He turns it in to a gain of 3. And Carl Williams was up there defending.
Yeah, great job by Williams. Just a little bit behind him. He says, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. They said I could do a lot of things. There it is. Make an unbelievable catch and turn a really bad play into a 5-yard gain.
A little bit quiet the last couple weeks for Jimmy Horn. He went for 198 yards in the week 1 win. 1-score win here at Folsom Field for Colorado. Gustav is stuck by Matt Jones. We'll say his name a lot tonight. Leading tackler for the 2nd straight year for Baylor.
Yeah, I believe he was recruited by Grant Taft. I think he was recruited by that staff into Waco. But there's the game. Again, protect our guys. Make that 2nd down play a 1-yard run. Play the 3rd down game now right between 3rd and 5 and 6. And make Shedeur and company execute.
Jones, I know you're being funny, recruited by Matt Rule. His true freshman year was the 2019 season for Baylor. On a 3rd down, Sanders over the middle. There's Travis Hunter for the first time. Breaking out of a tackle. Across the 30 and more for Travis Hunter. Colorado's 2-way star has arrived for the first time in this game.
A little scheming up right there. got two backs. They end up motioning Offerdahl out of the box to open up the room for the crosser. You got to get your hands on that dude. Number 12, he's really good. And right there, you could see number 11, Keaton Thomas, let him get inside. There's no way to stop that route with no hands on 12.
Out of the belly, underneath for Miller. And Miller with a move around the edge. Out of that two-back look. That gets this sold-out crowd on its feet.
A young fella, Sisby, Texas. That's a freshman. A shimmy. Oh, right there. Not down and touch football. Getting on the edge.
Draylon Miller had a couple of catches in the opening game for Colorado, his first since week 1.
They like this package right here so far tonight with him and another true tailback in the backfield.
And it's Augustive around the edge and bouncing off of hits, driving his legs. Augustive with a touchdown. Flag down at the 15. We'll check on that. So Philip Houston, who made his first start for Colorado last week at right tackle, wipes the touchdown off the board.
Yeah, moving him to right tackle allowed them to move Tyler Brown to left guard. And let's take a look at that front side. Gets that right hand up on top. And just that grab and restrict and not letting him keep his leverage. But, man, that finish by Augustive is going to rally this crowd and get them fired up, that many broken tackles.
And for the first time this year, Colorado rushed for over 100 yards last week. The backs running with an attitude here in week 4. Here's Sanders creating and giving himself up around the 15. We'll mark that just shy of the original line of scrimmage after the penalty.
Yep, feet first slide, so that wherever he starts the slide, that's the spot. Nice job to protect the ball. Should you put that ball away. Great coverage right there, downfield four-man rush. That's the right answer. Get what you can get. Play second and 12.
Yeah, he's been true to what he told us pregame down in the field with the balance. Shedeur Sanders, 5 of 5 start through the air. 8-yard pickup on the ground there for the Colorado quarterback.
Edge pressure coming. Seaton calls it out. Simpkins trying to come off the edge, and Colorado's going to use a timeout.
Charge timeout, Colorado, first and a half.
So Colorado getting organized before trying to cap their first red zone trip of the night. Well, Deion Sanders said last week, nobody's talking about balance if you're winning the game.
No doubt about that.
Trying to take a lead with some balance, which is news for Colorado.
Absolutely. These Colorado fans love it. The home of a lot of good run games in history. Taking advantage of the numbers that Dave Aranda's defense are giving him right now. We'll see if that holds up. Edge pressure.
10th play of the drive. Sanders gets it away, complete to his tight end, Savell Smalls. Going to rally up to the flat. Not letting that get very far. Steve Linton, who started at Jack tonight.
Simpkins hit Shedeur right as he released it. Brought the same pressure that they had showed that forced the timeout.
And so Simpkins will have to come out. Good news for Baylor tonight. They do get Carl Williams back.
Yes, 15 back in there is a welcome sight on the back end. Multiple guys banged up.
And he's in the slot. Williams is top side of the screen. He's checking LaJohntay Wester. And he's coming on a blitz here. Sanders to the other side, and for Hunter, and a flag comes out. Orlando Johnson had him tied up. And then the laundry started flying in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, not a tough call here. We can make this one a full zero blitz. Brought everybody, but the 4 guys on the back end ended up in man coverage.
Pass interference. Defense, number 18. Boldly placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Orlando Johnson, no doubt about that one. Great job giving your guy a chance. That was a max blitz, a zero blitz. That's something Dave Aranda does not like to do. Felt like he just needed to change things up here in the red zone.
Yeah, ideally getting home with 3 or 4 man rushes tonight on the Baylor side. Colorado after the penalty on Johnson. Inside the 5 on 1st and goal. And it's Sanders. End zone. Colorado scores for the first time.
Just a good old garden variety zone read. Watch 5 as the slider draws a lot of eyes. Shedeur says that's the green grass rule right there. If I can run through that grass and run to that painted Buffaloes in the end zone, touchdown.
Hot little high on the snap, but Mata gets it away clean. So not only balance in the play calling, but also getting a couple of different backs involved and their quarterback. Shedeur Sanders caps the first touchdown scoring drive of the night for the Buffs. Some shades of those tough downhill Colorado teams of the 90s.
The late great Rashawn Salam would love that drive. Pound it, get your quarterback in a little zone read, keeper untouched to the house, making it even better for that Colorado sideline, not getting a shot on Shedeur.
On this rainy night, Shedeur Sanders 6 of 6 through the air, plus running it in for the touchdown. And Colorado has their first lead in the Big 12. Special teams that got Baylor down for their field goal drive, but no shot to return this for Jamal Bell. Some of the early season headlines for Colorado. Last year they had the 3-1 start, just 1 conference win. They've lost their last 6 conference games. Picked to finish 11th in the Big 12 out of a now 16-team league. With the new additions this year, they did receive a vote in the preseason poll. Close call against North Dakota State in FCS power. Lost against Nebraska and then beat their rival Colorado State in a convincing road win last week. Drive number 3 for Sawyer Robertson, and underneath that is chopped down by Hunter after a 2-yard gain for Monterey Baldwin.
Nice little change up by defensive coordinator Rob Livingston. All week, you know, Sawyer Robertson is man free right there. Played a zone coverage, zoned it out, minimal gain.
54 points allowed in those first 6 quarters, including going down 28-0 at Nebraska. And not much since then as Robertson around the edge gets popped late. Flags stay in pockets after Preston Hodge vaulted him out of bounds.
He is a big physical dude, does not have the top end of Daquan Finn, but 6'4", 220. The Lubbock native going for a little airborne here in the Rocky Mountain Air.
After a 5-yard pickup on the ground, Robertson facing 3rd and 3.
Ton of that. You saw the simulated cadence right there, trying to get a look. It's for Colorado. It's which 5 are going to come and play man free behind it is what Baylor's trying to figure out.
And they are bringing the pressure out quickly around that pressure to the edge for a first down for Dominic Richardson.
So in this release with this pressure, Colorado either has to peel the edge rusher or the Mike backer. Good job working downfield by those wideouts.
And Baylor fans are starting to wonder, where had Dominic Richardson gone? Well, he's buried in the backfield here. Big hit from B.J. Green off the edge.
B.J. Green is active, man. Everywhere he's been, Arizona State, here, unblocked. This really has to develop its counter concept. You got to read that guy. He's the extra guy in that scheme. You got to turn back and not have that second guy pull and block him, or they might come back a little bit later and read that guy.
See if Baylor gets another. Let's see if Baylor gets another snap off. They will not. And that'll be the end of the first quarter.
That is the end. First quarter.
Sawyer Robertson and Baylor on the march when we flip sides of the field for the second quarter. In a sold-out Folsom Field in Boulder, first game in the Big 12. Sawyer Robertson and Baylor nearing midfield. Robertson starting tonight After DeQuan Finn opened the year as the starter, and that's knocked away on his first pass to start the second quarter by Carter Stoutmeyer. So DeQuan Finn injured in the Utah game 2 weeks ago. Didn't dress last week. His arm was in a sling. And then Finn was cleared Thursday this week. But Robertson is the guy in this game, and according to Dave Aranda, the guy until Robertson isn't playing like the guy anymore. So this is more than just Finn getting back late in the week. And it's Robertson's show as long as he plays well. And facing a 3rd and 13.
So you showed another 5-man pressure here. You can see Michael Trigg, #1 there, to help out in protection.
Off a play fake to Richardson, sideline shot, and a twisting play is made. That's a catch. Ketron Jackson on the back shoulder has a first down.
This is a great throw and a better catch. Watch this spot. Not a lot of room to throw that into it. He got the right foot down with possession. Again, DJ McKinney is going to get a lot of work tonight. Great awareness from Ketron Jackson. Definitely had that right foot down. They're going to take a look at this. It was a great discussion we had with Coach Prime, talking about just say, hey, you know, a lot of times a guy, DJ McKinney, playing across from Travis Hunter, how does he approach that? He goes, I think DJ thinks Travis is playing across from him.
Right.
Please reset the game clock to 14 minutes and 35 seconds. 1-4-3-5.
It's good looking out there by the sideline security for Coach Prime. Got to protect your talent. There's the right foot.
Everybody's got to have a good get-back guy.
Yep. Get back, get out of the way, and then that move.
Big moment for Ketron Jackson. He hadn't had a catch the last couple of weeks. And a touchdown catch in the opener. Known as one of the shot guys for Dave Aranda's offense, that they said they want to take 25 shots tonight against this blanket man-to-man coverage for Colorado.
Yep, you see it right there. There's the man-free look, the free safeties, that defender in the middle of the field. Everybody else is playing man.
Colorado bringing heat. They're taking a shot, and Robertson got him. What a catch! Touchdown, Monterey Baldwin.
Wow, Monterey Baldwin, big box fade right here, a lot of room. Preston Hodge in coverage. Watch this catch. Again, a pretty good throw, a better catch. Full extension, secures it. That ball does not hit the ground, and then pays it off with a little Coach Prime dance. You see that? Mm-hmm. Just like you last night at the club.
Oh, we're on that again.
I saw that.
That's back-to-back weeks. You outed me. That is through for Hankins. It was 3rd and 13. Then the big play to Jackson. And then Monterey Baldwin took every last inch of his fingernails to haul that in from 30 yards out from Robertson on a wet night from Boulder. Wow. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich, our entire Fox crew with you in Boulder, where we just saw an amazing catch from Monterey Baldwin for a touchdown for Baylor.
Monterey Baldwin can fly. Him and Ashton Hawkins, burners on the outside for this unit. And right there we saw he can extend and grip the back half of the ball in the rain.
Nothing those gloves can't do.
No big.
Well, tonight, for Jake Spavital, the play caller for Baylor on offense, is all about winning the one-on-ones. We told you they want to take an excessive amount of shots. They won 2 of them late on that drive.
And Coach Prime was all about this, right? We trust our cover guys 100%. And right here, there's like, this is kind of in the border of no defense for a perfectly thrown ball. Watch the full extension right here and catching the back half of the ball secure as you roll over with the dew, and then dances about it. Wow.
A very specific dance about it.
Yes, he did. Tribute
to Deion Sanders.
Tight end in the game.
Shedeur Sanders' touchdown run led him into the end zone last time, and that's off hands of Welch. Williams was right there thinking, I'm going the other way if I get hands on that.
Yeah, it looked like they were dialed in there. That was the same action that they did against Nebraska to move the pocket. Motion the tight end down. That time it was Smalls, 31. A Washington transfer who's mixing in the lineup a little bit, and they identified it and triggered and almost made him pay.
First incompletion for Shedeur Sanders. 6 out of 7 to begin. Through the back door, Welch looking for an edge, and it is sealed off. Ma'ai is out there giving that no shot.
Trevin Ma'ai, one of the greatest names in football right here, and just running. You talk about keeping your outside arm free. Watch this big limb free. Working it, pressing it, ripping through. Come here.
You can agree that wives know best, right?
100%.
Trevin Ma'ai's wife said he is the most confident that he has been since high school.
Plays like that, I get it.
Yeah. So on a 3rd down, Sanders given time to throw, and that is caught by Shepard. The receiver's having a highlight night in this game.
Shepard says, okay, I saw that. You're going to hold my right hand. I'm going to go get it with the left. Ooh, that ball might have nosed the turf. They'll probably take a look at this and make sure, and they will blow it dead right here. Man, when that ball was loose, I thought Coleman was going to go to the top and pick it.
The previous plays on the further review.
Well, Will Shepard, considered the 3rd best NFL prospect for next April's draft on this Colorado team behind Sanders and Travis Hunter.
You can tick the box of if your right hand is held, can you go get it with the left? And that's what Buff fans are going to say right here. He said, hey, if he's holding my right hand and this is an incomplete on the review, let's throw the flag. But let's bring in the great Dean Blandino here and get his take on this. It's going to be right here. It is in question. I think that ball hits the ground, and he didn't have firm control, but let's check in with Dean.
That's the best look. The ball clearly hits the ground. The question is, does he have control as it's touching the ground? To me, it appears to be loose. Incredible effort, but with just the one hand, the ball touches the ground. It's, again, loose. To me, this is an incomplete pass with that great look that we have.
And you're right. Yeah, that was a perfect look from behind there. And I think, unfortunately, it's almost a matching Monterey Baldwin's highlights.
In tight coverage with, as you said, safety coming over the top.
Coleman coming over the top. Another 4-man rush, almost getting home. That's for sure. Just got to drive that, keep it outside, and he did.
If it stands, it'll be 36 yards. We'll see if it does.
After further review, the receiver did not make control of the pass. The ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down at the 24-yard line.
And these are smart fans. They saw that look that Dean alluded to as kind of being conclusive, and they saw it on the big board, and not a lot of argument from a lot of smart football people in this building.
So instead of 1st and 10 in plus territory, punt time for Deion Sanders in Colorado.
And then Coach Prime, Deion Sanders on the sideline here, also in their ear. Hey, he's holding my right arm. Can we get a call?
Shepard either reacting to that or thinking that he actually caught the ball. He was that close, nose of the football away. And Bassett coming back out to punt. And Josh Cameron deep for Baylor. And Baylor almost got home in another low line drive punt. No shot for Cameron.
Yeah, that's
for another
going to be
50-plus
an
yard
interesting
return.
game tonight is that game right there, the punt pressure. Both of these teams got their hands on punts last week. More to come.
Bears ball with the lead next. Fox College Football is sponsored by Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac. What a catch that was from a freak.
It's getting better.
It is. The more you watch it. Monterey Baldwin. He is a freak,
Certified.
according to Bruce Feldman.
Certified.
He benches more than double his body weight while running that fast and catching balls like Sawyer Robertson just put up for him. Wow.
Wow. Colorado, they're heating them up, coming up on that opening drive of this series. Speaking of freak athletes, happy birthday to the greatest producer in college football, our Max Linewand.
Happy birthday, Max. Happy birthday, Max. What do you think is...
We're not allowed to say how old he is.
Is it more or less than the radar gun and the speed for Monterey Baldwin?
Oh, definitely more. Lots more.
Wait, 3rd down and 3 coming up. We saw Sawyer Robertson on a 3rd and 13 keep last drive alive that led to the Baldwin touchdown.
You can see Colorado matching exactly who they want deployed on who.
Uncovered receiver up on the top side. And they run it into this box, and Washington is planted by Hill Green. Well, a little skirmish down at the bottom. Travis Hunter locked up. Ketron Jackson and Hunter coming face to face after Washington was cut down.
Travis Hunter is so fun to watch off the ball, all this stuff. Is Ketron Jackson excited to block the best corner, rated right now? Absolutely. And then you should watch Hunter block as an offensive player. We'll focus on that as much as we can. Off the ball, he is phenomenal. And he gets everybody's best shot every week out.
With all the snaps that he plays, that's a play where he easily could just say, yep, ball's running between the tackles. I got nothing to do. Oh, it's a bomb. We've seen the big leg for Palmer Williams. A little too much on it after his 79-yard punt a few weeks ago. Hey, tomorrow, NFL doubleheader. It's Jalen Hurts and the Eagles against the Saints. Other regional action. Then America's Game of the Week, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. For games in your area, check your local listings only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Great start for the Saints. Impressive last week in Dallas. This will be Colorado coming back out after the defense gets the ball back.
They almost scored as many as James Madison did today. What was that, 70?
Oh my gosh, 70 to 50.
I thought it was an early season hoop score from like the Maui Classic or something.
Looked like Sean May was playing again. Shadur Sanders has opened up this night 6 of 8 through the air, including a rushing touchdown. And handing off to Gustav, excuse me. He gets 5 yards on 1st down.
And this is the game that Dave Aranda, and then Dave Aranda and his defensive staff versus Shadur Sanders, Pat Shurmur and company is the patience game. The patience game. How much can we rush for and limit them right now to 1 score?
Off a play fake. It's buzzed in there to Hunter. He has a 1st down.
Yeah, getting it to that guy is a good start.
The 2nd catch of the night. Both have gone for 1st downs for Hunter.
See the corner. He's all the way outside. The corner can't. No corner in America can keep up with that shimmy and just the explosion that he gets. This acceleration with power coming inside.
Where's he better?
With courage.
Where's he better, offense or defense?
Between the white lines.
Everywhere. And pressure almost got to Sanders. And away to the sideline. There's Hunter again. He caught it. All 3 catches and targets for 1st downs for Hunter. This one for 12 yards.
Great job by Shadur, break and contain. There were a lot of people on this Baylor sideline saying this should have been holding right there, getting out of it. And then this is where, great job having awareness and finding Travis Hunter, staying with him, taking a hit. That's sometimes where he takes some unnecessary hits. That's where he kind of pulls up and comes back sometimes, but smart that time. Continue to work to the sideline. Continue to work with Travis Hunter.
Well, Marshall almost got back in that play after Baylor thought he was held. Sanders pointing, going deep, looking for Horn. It's underthrown and incomplete. But there is a flag with Lemire underneath that underthrown ball.
Penalty marker on the play.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 20. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Mark, this is a test for these safeties tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Known run stoppers.
Yep.
They're getting tested in coverage.
And right there, the play before, we saw Travis Hunter working with him. On this one, it was Jimmy Horn Jr. getting the point from Shedeur Sanders saying, go deep. Just a little underthrown, and good job working back toward it to make sure that they throw the flag.
Well, after the penalty, Lemire checks out.
2 tight ends. Don't adjust your screens.
And under center, it's Augustov off the edge and driven out of bounds. And Lemire went out after that penalty. Corey Gordon came in the secondary for Baylor.
Just a nice little counter there. Again, setting up all the play action. All of these athletes in space are that much better with a run-pass conflict, as you said. And then, oh crap, I got to get out of here now. Cover them side to side as well as vertically. Very difficult.
Gordon stays in for this next snap. Lemire still on the sideline. Out to Hart on the edge, and it is Gordon sprinting his way up to make the play.
Corey Gordon and Jenkins physical on the edge. Watch the corner show up as well. Playing off that time of Travis Hunter.
Gordon, part of the young core for Baylor, the youngest roster in the Big 12 last year that played a lot.
They play a ton of people on defense. That was a Colorado Avalanche line change right there.
On third down, Sanders. Underneath, Jimmy Horn. First down for the Buffaloes. Got out around Simpkins to extend the drive.
Just great protection. Again, all set up by the threat of this run. Obviously, a totally different approach that time from David Aranda and company, but really nice rhythm throwing and catching right there from Shedeur Sanders.
The threat of the run, really the first time in 3 weeks that you can say that.
Yep.
Or Colorado. And Sanders has not been sacked. That was the big issue in their Nebraska loss. Sacked 6 times. Now he's dancing around. And got away from Linton. Marshall chasing him. And into coverage. And batted down by Gordon.
They add a late 4th rusher here. Play the position with him. There's Linton on the loop. That's why he's in there, to create issues for Shedeur. Protect that ball, protect that ball, protect that ball. Got away with one there late. Williams a little, probably hold, getting away with it. And Shedeur getting away with one there from Corey Gordon Jr.
You said it, watch the tape on Shedeur Sanders. Sometimes he runs back into the fire with the pressure, but hasn't been knocked down tonight for a sack. Third down and long coming up after a short gain for Welch, meeting Keaton Thomas.
And the bottom line for it is however you get your momentum. It's not going to be a clean pocket for anybody, let alone with how much they drop back pass, how this is their normal look. A 10 personnel type of group, 1 back, no tight ends, so that's 4 wideouts. Everybody in the stadium knows some form of that's coming. That you're never going to be clean, but get your hip driving through, finish into your target as much as possible. He's done a nice job of that tonight.
And Sanders went out and said something to Jimmy Horn. He's looking his way out of the slot, going for the end zone. It's Shepard. It's knocked down. Orlando Johnson had him locked up.
Nice job, Orlando. Again, Shepard, 6'3". That's a big-time effort. Battling, both guys are hands-on. Johnson, great job extending with that left hand, not restricting, not limiting in sort of a extension from Shepard, as you see Pat Shermer, Deion Sanders, and Shedeur Sanders on the sideline discussing that last series.
And with the wind, slight wind, been in the face of this direction all night as Mata tries from 43 and ties the game. Not the result Coach Prime or Shedeur Sanders wanted. Frustrated, settling for a field goal after Snacks Johnson knocked one away. Let's look at our Pacific Life game summary. Sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. Baldwin catch is hard to get over, isn't it?
It is hard to get over. That was phenomenal. And then the other thing that's hard to get over is it's 10-10, and Baylor has 19 rushing yards.
And Travis Hunter, 3 receptions, all for first downs for 45 yards. The 1 touchdown for Colorado coming on the ground with Shedeur Sanders. Mata's 43-yard field goal just tied it. And this Big 12 opener. Returnable kick for Bell.
Got room.
Bell finds that crease. There goes Jamal Bell. Green grass in front. Bell is gone. Touchdown Baylor.
A 101 yards untouched. Great scheme, great job being aggressive, bringing it out. You see so many guys just take that as a touchback. Jamal Bell was the difference maker. We'll take a look after the PAT.
First Baylor kick return touchdown since their Utah game when they won the Big 12 in 2021.
You can see his partner, no question they're bringing this out. The kick scheme, the pin scheme by the off returner. And Bell does the rest untouched. You don't see that very often. 101 yards. And man, that is just a great job, great execution there. A clean box. Colorado, there's no second or third level to that kickoff coverage. They identified that. It's just pin and a kick out, and he did the rest with speed.
Special teams for Baylor. Hidden yards tonight. That punt return for Cameron set up 3 points. Touchdown in the kick return.
Breaking a tackle inside the 10, kicking out, and returned it to the 38 right there, 101 yards.
Dave Aranda said that he was going to give a little more fire this year. That was part of the change, calling the defense again. He also told his athletic director, Mac Rhodes, in his detailed plan of how this year was going to be different, that it was going to start with him and his emotional state.
Yeah, got to give Michael Allen that time some props. Number 30, a great job leading that through, ensuring another clean block. Making that man very happy. That's his very happy face, though. That's a very happy face for Dave.
I was going to say that yell that he just gave, that was that edginess that he told Baylor administration was going to be part of a different him this year. He gave a fiery speech before halftime on the field, Baylor last week, and then they went on a 28-0 run to win that game against Air Force. So Travis Hunter never leaves the field. Almost never, except for that one play last week when he chased down a 60-yard run. This is just ridiculous, the usage and the production with that usage.
And that's the thing, production. He's not a decoy. He's not just a great cover guy and a returner, or a elite receiver and a returner. He's everything. This guy can do everything. He's physical in terms of his physicality in press coverage, how he does that. He'll come up and hit backs. He'll hit tight ends. He'll play in the backfield. Just, it's hard. You run out of adjectives quickly with how good this guy is.
After that kick return touchdown, you wonder if he might.
I guarantee he's on the sideline saying that, right?
Might be running down on kickoff the rest of the game. And that ball is knocked down, intended for Shepard, and incomplete. Trevin Ma'ai with hands on it. Second big play he's made.
Yes, 6'5", every bit of 296. Getting his big old mitts. Watch the throwing lane disappear right there. Big right hand.
One way to take Hunter out of the passing game. Never let it get back to the line. This will be the 46th snap in this game. Travis Hunter's been off the field for just one of them. And this is on the ground. And Williams flying up there to get hands on to bring up third down. He also had help from Keaton Thomas.
Keith Thomas and Baylor fans will love to see Carl Williams, the fourth in the backfield and healthy. When they're playing hot, Williams does that. It's Bobby off the edge, and then the combination of linebackers bringing pressure, setting up 3rd and 9.
How many guys are bringing on pass rush here for Baylor?
It'll be 4, but that's the game right here. Is which 4? There's a bunch of guys. There's one guy with his hand down. Now 2 guys with his hand down. It's those 4.
Linton almost got there. Sanders took a shot, and it's incomplete for Wester.
And what you just said is every snap, as they're not liking Shedeur getting hit, or they're talking to after the third and 9. But here's the look. Who's coming? Right? Those 6 guys close. You can include Matt Jones in that count. And the thing that does in this case to Houston 54 is he's on his edge the whole time. He's reacting. Linton getting there. That's why they're playing Linton and Randolph more together, more athletic, a little bit smaller than they are typically. But that's the key to Dave Aranda's voodoo right there.
Baylor fans are wondering about Cooper Lands, who missed last week's game. There was a chance that they could get a full-speed Cooper Lands, but still dealing with an ankle injury. Be a bigger deal if they're facing a running team tonight. Does Baylor have another big return? This is Cameron in punt return, and he's vaulted ahead across the 45. So Baylor coming out with a 1-score lead. Friday night on Fox, it's coast to coast Big Ten face-off. Washington against Rutgers, Friday at 8 Eastern on Fox from Piscataway.
Coast to coast.
Was there more there?
No. I'm just it's coast to coast. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Washington is on the Pacific coast. New Jersey, Atlantic coast.
This has been Geography with Professor Helfrich. Well, Baylor off of their touchdown on special teams, touching it for the first time with this 17-10 lead. That's Richardson ahead. Richardson's been a little bit hobbled first couple weeks. Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator, said he was dealing with some soft tissue issues, but should be full steam these next couple weeks. Going to see a lot more of them.
Yeah, him full steam is 216 coming at you. Physical.
He was the leading rusher last year for the Bears, into coverage, and McKinney should have picked that off.
McKinney, 8-man coverage. Getting a ton of work. Ends up with his eyes on the quarterback in man coverage. Not normally where you want him, but just the release that took place brought his eyes back inside from Presley. And very lucky right there. And Travis Hunter knows how big that could have been. 5-15, a pick 6 from McKinney. Just what he would have dialed up.
And if he starts making that play, maybe they start throwing at Travis Hunter a little bit more. A new life for Robertson and Baylor, and Richardson is swallowed up. Well, he's moving the pile at the end of it.
He's going to end up short, but yeah, he was stacked up for about a 2-yard loss and ended up gaining about 3. But definitely a 4th down and might be just short of 4th and 2. Put this rock down. There's defensive coordinator Robert Livingston.
In the first year of his coaching life, he is calling a defense. His defense facing a 4th and 2 with Baylor's offense still out there.
So in a 0 blitz, 0 pressure, no safeties deep, run stopping. Now Baylor expands, Colorado expands.
Well, play clock getting deep, down to 5 seconds. It's a quarterback run. Robertson using his size to break free. Now his foot on the gas, and he's gone.
Great design by Jake Spavital, offensive coordinator, a split zone concept. Watch the motion man coming right to left, right there. That's Trigg. He says, hey, I'm going to seal this off for my quarterback, 6'4", 220. Great job with the ball security. Go love up that O-line and that OC for scheming that up.
Well, why get 2 yards when you can get 45 yards? Sawyer Robertson on 4th down and 2. Baylor keeps the offense out there. They get 6 out of it.
Just a great call against, you're going to get some sort of man coverage with Colorado with how they play. They expand out. There's your man-free look. Here's Michael Trigg. That guy has to travel with him. That's his cover guy. So you get a 2-for-1, the greatest happy hour block that you love, Colorado. And that's 2 blocking 1 in effect. Sawyer Robinson, great patience, great ball security, and running through the arm tackle of Hill Green.
Well, Robertson has been
Warren Sapp, sweet haircut, but not happy.
I didn't mean to leave you hanging on the happy hour. I do love a good happy hour.
2 for 1. And this place is silent.
Well, before that, Baylor had more return yards than they had offensive yards. And their most explosive play of the night has them up 2 touchdowns in this Big 12 opener. So Colorado coming off a very personal, emotional win against Colorado State last week, wanting to prove that that would carry over into Big 12. Now they're in a 2-touchdown hole on their home field.
Yep, so the talk on the sideline right here is we're good, right? 4:19, we still have 2 timeouts. We're going to get the ball first in the second half because CU deferred. Baylor started with the ball. Do our thing, drive down here, right? All is good if we go back-to-back on the halftime.
Gustive up the gut. Well, Baylor has started to hit Shedeur Sanders after he started 6 of 6. Just 4 of 10 since then.
Yep, and then the key still, and here's another look at it from the wide shot. It's 2 safeties, right? They're still not putting him, sort of at risk. And so what that does is, again, is just Dave Aranda can dial up which 4 coming, change it up, but still cloud that picture over the top for these speedy wideouts.
Sanders looking into that picture, and his throw is... Was it caught by Coleman? It was not, incomplete.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, he did not sell that initially very well. Usually, if it's even close, but DJ Coleman, again, kind of like his time before, it was almost like, oh my gosh, this is coming right to me. No doubt about it, that one skipped. That was a much tougher play than the play before. 3rd and manageable.
Classic trap.
Yeah, there's a skipper.
And Coleman that short of his first career pick. So on a 3rd down, Sanders is protected and rifles it over the middle, but it's knocked free. Lorando Johnson, another 3rd down stick in pass coverage for Baylor.
Just slightly better coverage. Watch Johnson on Wester. Wester has to just extend his hands and make that play for his quarterback. And Johnson says, I had you all the way. He lets that ball get on him, then it makes that much easier for 18 to make the play. Or if he is going to body catch it like that, now you have to present himself to Shedeur and run just a little bit closer to him, toward him on the top of that route.
It feels like a great marriage, doesn't it? Bringing Lorando Johnson back after a year at Arkansas. Johnson was on the Big 12 championship team in 2021 and having a big night in his return to the league. Well, Monterey Baldwin had the starter and this progressive, explosive play offense so far for Baylor. It included a little special teams action with Jamal Bell, too.
Yeah, the appetizer was spectacular. The 30-yard diving play in the rain for Monterey Baldwin. That 101-yard track meet. I guess we'll give him 100 officially on the return from Bell. And then great scheme, great finish from Sawyer Robinson and company, O-line included, on that 4th down run.
A quick break for Robertson after his 45-yard touchdown run. And that didn't get very far away from Dayon Hayes, wrapping up Richard Reese.
And Reese is the great compliment they have. He's a motion guy. He's definitely a running back, a burner, but a great changeup. The thicker Richardson, the thicker Washington.
These are two guys meeting on the edge that had good weeks last week. Hayes with his first 2 career sacks at Colorado. His play for no gain sets up 2nd and 10, and on the wheel it's dropped. And a lot of room to run if Ashton Hawkins can pull that in like Monterey Baldwin did earlier.
Yeah, Sawyer's going, my bad. Just a little a rub if you're an offensive player, a pick if you're a defensive player by Josh Cameron. Doing the dirty work and setting up Ashton Hawkins. Is going, oh man, just give me a little bit more air.
Probably a tutty. He catches that.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep.
That guy has speed to burn.
6 guys up at the line on 3rd down for Colorado. They're nosing. 4 of them are coming. And Robertson, through that pressure, has it knocked down. Colton Hood made the play in coverage while Robertson has to get up after the pressure got to him.
4-man pressure. 2 guys get to him. Little Dave Aranda would be proud of this pressure from Colorado, and Hood doing a great job again. Clean with the offhand, ripping out the rock. No PI possible. Clean on the quarterback.
McNeil almost got home for the first time. Amari McNeil had Robertson wrapped up, setting up this punt. And a low one. Wester has a shot at returning, and he is pinballed down, working laterally on that return. Jersey Mike's College Football Tailgate Tour is here in Boulder with your chance to win free subs for a year. Text football to 567-827 for a chance to win.
Do we get a piece of that? Oh, it's fabulous.
Cletus is all over.
Nice.
Can Cletus eat? Cletus can eat, right?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. You can eat anything, I think.
Machine doesn't need food.
How about
fuel?
Cletus versus Ralphie, straight up?
Ooh. Should be the halftime show. Shedeur Sanders, 6 of 6 start, 4 of 12 after that. And a lot of that 6 of 6 on that touchdown drive that he capped with a run from 2 yards out. Chasing 2 scores before halftime. Flips it underneath to Welch. And not getting very far.
Nice tackle. Thomas, yep. Doesn't break stride, coming inside out from that will linebacker position. Him and Matt Jones, these guys are fun to watch, man. Trying to set up a defect, in effect, a screen here. Get the ball on the perimeter, get him in space against, on paper, that's a advantage buff type of route. Not so fast.
And the 4 wide look, Travis Hunter up at the top side of the screen. Sanders looking that way, and he was wrapped up by Ma'ai, but broke free. Now Linton trying to drag him down. Not there. Sanders with space to run. An escape job for Shedeur Sanders and a first down run. They had him twice.
This is aptly timed for the 2-minute timeout, because that was like an 87-yard run. 1st and 10, Buffs coming back a minute 45. Linton wanting to finish in the backfield.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Coke Zero Sugar. It is the best Coke ever.
Look at those eyes.
You'll know why. Mike Singletary wore number 63 at Baylor, went on to wear number 50, be a legend with the Chicago Bears. Bears to Bears. But Dave Aranda, this was in between break.
The 17 broken tackles from Shedeur Sanders will do that to you. And
he told us last year, if that happened, he would have suppressed emotions.
Yeah.
Brought the temperature down on his team. This year, he's matching them.
Love it.
A little bit out of his comfort zone, but what his team needed after 3-9 a season ago. And Sanders off target. Had Horn wide open.
He did. Nice little setup there. Just a hard sell play action pass and a clean open throw right there. He doesn't miss any of those. That's what Coach Prime's going, he doesn't miss many of those.
Incredibly accurate, typically.
Yes. We've talked to Brian Cabral, Mr. Colorado Hall of Famer, also a teammate of Mike Singletary in pregame, a Colorado legend.
Sanders empties it out, moves the pocket.
That's cheating.
And a flag did come out, and he takes a big shot from behind as 2 flags were out.
Yeah, this is going to be the easiest call here. Jordan Seaton, I think he's had a young freshman, just
Penalty markers on the
tackled
play.
him to the ground.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Confirmed on Seaton, and
So Coach Aranda backs him up, says let's play 2nd and 20, and here he is, the matchup with Linton, and then he works out and comes back down to Roberts Day and just takes him to the ground right there, trust me. But that's the effect of what we were talking about earlier. He doesn't know, is Linton the speed rusher, so he has to work out to him. He drops, has to work back inside, and just a little bit out of sync.
so now Colorado backed up. Travis Hunter is not on the field right now. So top target for Sanders not in there, and he throws a dart over the middle. So makes up for the miss to Horn across the middle earlier, and brings up a 3rd down and short.
Great job stopping him right there, right in the hole, keeping him away from that backside safety, setting up another 3rd and manageable situation.
17-yard pop to Horn with Hunter looking on. You don't see that a lot. Taking a couple of plays off late in this half. With 2 timeouts for Colorado, chasing 2 touchdowns. Linton, and Sanders ducks out of it. Another magician-like maneuver, and he hits a man downfield. It's Miller.
I don't think he's down.
He's not down. Off to the races. Miller to the end zone. Omarion Miller's first catch of the season. A superb play. Touchdown, Colorado.
They will make sure of it, but the Houdini job again in the backfield from Shadur Sanders. And from our vantage point, we'll take a look. Anything but the bottom of that. There's no elbow, there's no forearm. It looks like his knee stayed up. He's on top of the defender, Gordon. They'll verify all this, but any of that thing above the glove, the forearm, if it's down, or it looks like his left knee might have been the closest thing. The forearm looks like it's up. I'll take a look at from the shin or the knee maybe from that angle. Certainly not conclusive. Here's another look. And I think that the forearm is up, and maybe that left shin area. Trying to see if Dean is available, and he is. Dean, what do you think?
It's that left knee right there. Is it on the ground? That's the question. I think it might just touch the turf, but I'm not 100% sure. In order to overturn this, it has to be clear and obvious. The officials did a good job letting it go, because now replay can always put him down. But again, are we 100% sure that shin, that knee touches? I'm not convinced yet.
Ruling on the field, the touchdown stands.
And just as you said, Luke Richmond, our Big 12 referee, said stands. So that means, I'm not sure, it might be behind that shin of the off receiver, the off defender. Either way, a great answer and a great finish by that man.
58 yards in 2 parts for Omarion Miller. So Colorado with the quick strike after Sanders got free in the backfield. Great time for your first catch of the season to bail out your quarterback after he bailed out the offensive line that was doing its best to hold up for him.
Yeah, he's just he's a lot more physical than people. You watch this guy, he takes these shots on the perimeter, keeps him alive, but that's after breaking the initial tackle, and then before the 2-minute timeout. I mean, Dave Aranda's going to explode at halftime, saying, "Hey man, we should have 5 sacks on these last 2 series." Not so fast, says Shadur and company.
Well, the number 4s at wide receiver in this game have the 2 biggest highlights. It was Monterey Baldwin for Baylor, number 4. On Colorado's side, Omarion Miller, just before halftime. with Colorado getting the ball out of halftime. They deferred. Baylor got the ball first. And Colorado will try to get a stop, go score and take it back and tie the game out of halftime. Short kickoff, and Kelsey Johnson is taken down by Feely, the kicker. Let's go to Emmanuel Acho on what's coming up at the State Farm halftime show.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, Utah and Oklahoma State in a top 15 Big 12 showdown in Stillwater. USC opened Big 10 play in the Big House against Michigan. And Arch Manning gets his first career start for Texas. Connor and Martin, it's back to you.
Emmanuel, thank you. Great suit.
Yeah, he's a big-time Iowa fan today, looks like.
This was Feely, the kicker, running down after the short kick.
Yeah, you don't see this very often, the up returner trying to bounce it this way, but he does break kind of out of the initial contain of it. Good job by Feely getting involved. Just two buffs meeting at the returner. A little flyby. Back under his own power. At least good to see him looking off.
So Feely limping off with help for making that hit. And he has been the kickoff specialist. Alejandro Mata handles the field goals and the PATs. You catch that? There were two 17s on the field during that kick.
Yeah, that's not legal. That's one where you hear them announcing number 17 is now wearing a different number.
Right.
And that is something that is reviewable, but not caught, except by you, Connor Onion.
So it will have to be quick for Baylor to try to extend it back to a 2-score lead before half. Josh Cameron is run out of bounds.
Yep, with 3 timeouts, you can do anything. You don't have to work the sideline like that. You certainly can. And under 2 minutes, going back to the old college rules, stops on a first down and the chains are reset. Clock starts.
And Robertson looking toward that matchup with Travis Hunter again, and he's roped down. Shane Cokes with the sack for Colorado.
Just where you wonder if the Sawyer Robertson experience factor.
First and a half. 30-second timeout.
Good discipline there by Colorado. They zoned it off, just a 4-man rush.
Well, mentored by a 99. Big number 99 Warren Sapp, wearing number 99 Shane Cokes.
Yeah, he's liking this a lot more than another play we saw earlier. His guy just mirroring the quarterback as he starts to break contain. All smiles. He's been a lot of quarterbacks' nightmares. He's liking that.
We got to stand next to Warren Sapp down before the game.
Yeah, we were about what, half of us? Us combined, about half of him.
The shadowy
Goldberg,
pass
yeah, Goldberg.
Half the end zone. And Baylor used that first timeout. At minimum, trying to get an Isaiah Hankins field goal range. Along of 51. And underneath, it's short to the middle of the field. And the clock will wind unless Baylor takes that second timeout.
Colorado should use it. 4th down here. And they are. Colorado's going to call timeout. Yep. Going to try to get after the punter here. 4th and 4. Dave Aranda probably not in fake mode. So this is when Colorado can try to come after. They blocked one last week.
Colorado, 2nd and a half. Be a 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 21 seconds. 0, 2, 1. Thank you.
Well, now you give Wester, who's always a threat to take one back, chance also.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll see what they do as far as a return mode or a block mode. Right now, Aranda and company and Baylor, the game is decided on special teams at this point. As you said, the punt return, setting up that second drive, 100-yard kick return from Bell. Colorado trying to create something here with the remaining 25 seconds.
Jonte Wester back deep with 25 seconds left on the first half clock. And Williams away with it. Returnable for Wester. Slips the first couple and is dropped at the 25. State Farm halftime show coming up with Emmanuel and Coach Peterson back in the studio. These are some of your overreactions around the world.
Up to date, baby.
Football.
Yes, absolutely. Stanford and Cal, they will play for the ACC title. Just make your travel plans. Texas, seeing Michigan and what they did today with SC, they are that good. They are number one. Matt Campbell and company, you're going to the Big 12 championship game.
They looked good today.
Just book them.
They looked good today out of conference.
Undefeated.
4-0 Iowa State. Big rivalry win against the Iowa Hawkeyes a few weeks ago. So Sanders and the Buffs will take it into halftime. They will get the ball coming out of the locker room, chasing a touchdown. And Baylor leading the Big 12 opener by a touchdown. We'll send you back to the studios in LA. Emmanuel Acho and Chris Peterson have the State Farm halftime report. Week 4 track meet so far. It's time for our All-State check-in for Ralphie, too. Track meet for Ralphie, unleashed at halftime.
She's moving, yeah. Just 173 Baylor first half yards, 5 first downs, but doesn't tell the whole story. 175 return yards for the Bears in the first half. It's just an unbelievable, kind of a little bit of a sluggish first half for both offenses, but a lot of explosion as well.
Now let's take a look at our AT&T Next Level Moment, brought to you by AT&T Business. By the way, Mark Helfrich, Connor Runyon, good to be back with you. Here's 4th and 2. Big play in that first half for Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah, great design here by Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator from Baylor. Trig in motion, cleaned it out, and it's just a split zone, a base run play for that offensive line. Get the big quarterback there. Great ball security by him, running through a couple of arm tackles and finishing the job.
So through all that, all the return yards for Baylor, Colorado's getting the ball with a chance to tie out of halftime. And after Shedeur Sanders connected late in the half with Amarion Miller. Off we go, second half of the Big 12 opener, Baylor and Colorado. Shedeur Sanders started hot, slowed down with some pressure in his face, and then got hot again, opposite of Sawyer Robertson.
Yep, so it's going to come down to, as we said, the third down conversions, the ball security, the turnovers. Somebody's got to, kind of break serve and hold serve here. And then it's patience. Can Shedeur be patient? It can offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur be patient? What will Dave Aranda and company do defensively? What they've done to this point of the game, limit Travis Hunter, although he has 4 targets, 3 catches, and 1 pass interference. But that's all part of the make them, slow bleed.
First snap of the second half for Sanders is off target, almost picked. Oh, Devin Bobby almost just behind him.
That would have been the dream start for Baylor. Watch a little handsy right there. Carl Williams, just a little tug on that shoulder and letting Bobby get involved for the first time. He says Rubbin's racing, or whatever they say in that movie.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
There you go. Screen to Shepard. Bounced off 1 hit from Bobby. And plunges ahead to the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Nice. Go ahead.
I was going to say that this next half hour of football, we're going to find out a lot about where the season is headed for both Colorado and Baylor.
Yeah, both these teams, particularly Colorado. Colorado has a tough schedule. Looking ahead, this is a wide open Big 12 race. Everybody's going to be dialed into this one as the opener, obviously Utah, Oklahoma State. Here's another 4-man rush.
And Sanders steps up, using his legs for a first down for Colorado.
Just smart. That's all that is. He sees the coverage get matched and carries. And again, Dave Aranda, the defensive play caller. Here it is. There's bringing in 11. Thomas is the fourth guy. Shedeur says, I can replace that. I can protect myself. First down.
And needed 5. Sanders got 11 yards on third down.
Ooh.
Pressure is coming, and he's slammed down. Garmin Randolph finally makes it one and done for Sanders, escaping the pocket, and stays down after the play.
That is a big old guy on the ground right there, 6'8", 250 plus, and just a little rip turns into speed, just runs around Houston. No chance. Shedeur does a great job to hang on to it.
Randolph tried to get all the way back to the sideline and didn't make it all the way back after the sack.
You can see why Dave Aranda was telling us yesterday, hey, I want Garmin Randolph, I want Steve Linton chasing Shedeur around, and whatever he said at halftime about finishing Shedeur in the pocket paid off right there with that first sack. Great to see him back up if you're a Baylor Bear.
Baylor did get home once in the first half to
Yes.
Sanders, but they easily could have had 6 or 7 sacks.
Double-digit missed tackles on Shedeur Sanders, and credit to him. He's, again, he's a stronger player than people give him credit for. The trunk, the physicality, the hips.
Sanders got up from that sack, had a little blood on his hand, it looked like. He's taken some shots tonight. That was the second time that Baylor got to him. Randolph off the field after he got home for the sack. He's running around again. Sanders throws it incomplete. Matt Jones with a flag down at the feet of where that pursuit ended of Sanders.
See Shedeur here late.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 11, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Just roughing the passer. He's in a defenseless posture there, so any forcible contact at the head or neck area there, if they would have called that on Keith Thomas, would have been a targeting, but he was clean from that standpoint. No doubt he was late. That's just the frustration factor, right? When you talk about patience as a defender in this Dave Aranda system, you got to pick your times where you can be aggressive. Pick your times where you just got to tip your cap to 2.
So 3rd and 17 becomes first down and 10 after the Thomas penalty. Colorado showed a little bit more of that balance early in this game. We're more pass-heavy second quarter forward. Pat Shermer calling the shots at offensive coordinator.
Yeah, this is where they've lived as kind of the second go-to personnel group. All 10 personnel. This is 11 personnel. 1 back, 1 tight end.
Off the play fake. Sanders dances and fires it away. Avoided the negative play out to Smalls. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 instead of a lot deeper back behind the chains.
Yeah, great job there by Shedeur, seeing the edge, seeing his eligible receiver, knowing, oh, he might be down. We're going to take a look at that again. That right knee might have been down. See if they see that. It would be 3rd and considerably longer.
Carl Williams hit him, and now they will stop it.
Yeah, it looked like his right knee was down. The thing Shedeur has to do there is just see that edge pressure come in and sink, which he does a lot. He gets depth almost to a fault sometimes, but again, understandably, with how many shots he's taken.
Review. The quarterback was down at the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
So expedited review. It's just the on-field communication between officials from the replay booth. Great job. There it is. Great picture. Still has the ball firmly in his right hand, right knee down. No question. So 3rd and 6 turns to 3rd and 12.
How far would you have to get to think about going for it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely probably 4th and 4 or 5-ish in this part of the field. You know, it's been an adventure in punt returns.
On 3rd down, Sanders out of the pocket. He has the space. He has the first down. And a flag down behind, back where that play broke. For now, he's down to the 26 with a fresh step.
Same game. 27-yard. Get the call.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That hold by Seton wipes off the 27-yard gain.
Yep, Seton again is going to be really good going against these talented edge rushers. The speed. We'll take a look. He's the, where are you? The left tackle, the right of your screen as I look at this. And tugging on that left shoulder. No doubt that is a hold on 10, Steve Linton.
Second hold tonight on Seton. Linton's been sniffing a sack all night. This makes it 3rd down in Littleton, Colorado.
3rd and 6 and 3rd and Pueblo. Oh my God.
All right. Underneath for Miller again. He had the touchdown in the first half, but not getting all the way back. He's right at midfield. Picked up 13, but it's 4th down for the Buffs.
Yeah, good job getting something back there. Getting your guy in space. That's just basically a forward pass screen. They're blocking up front side again. Travis done a great job on the top side corner, just eliminating him from the game.
What turned into a sack on the expedited review, then the holding for Seton stops the opening drive of the second half for Colorado. And a big first half in the return game for Baylor. Josh Cameron had one of them. He's back to get this punt from Bassett. Not returnable on his feet inside the 10. Bassett pins him. Now Sawyer Robertson out for Baylor next. We got a surprise in the booth. Welcome back in, Connor Runny and Mark Helfrich. You saw food?
You know they have seafood in Colorado. Have you heard of this? Let me hold the plate for you.
Okay.
Seafood.
Taste test this.
Rob Stone is not here, so you're going to feed yourself.
What am I eating?
Rocky Mountain oysters. It's the seafood of Boulder County. You chicken. It's chicken as far as you know.
Sawyer Robertson almost picked off. Woo, good thing we didn't have food in our mouth for that. Preston Hodge undercut that route.
Just a hair late from Robertson. Got his eyes up there second.
So ball that almost went back the other way and tied this game is back on the ground for Baylor. It'll be 3rd down after the short gain for Richardson. Yeah, Silman Craig.
Again,
it felt like he made the first 10 tackles in this game.
The hair, man, the hair draws you down there, and then he finishes the deal. Great job squaring up on the big, powerful back. Dominic Richardson, who comes in as a change-up. Set up a 3rd and long of their own.
Deep in their own territory, 3rd and 7, Baylor. Just 2 of 8 on 3rd down in the first half.
Rush of 4.
And through that pressure, there goes Robertson doing his best to Sanders for a first down.
Basically turns into match quarters coverage. Watch everybody kind of turn their back. Effective like 2-man, and the safety cuts it late there. 7. And your guy, Silman Craig, another tackle. Stopping a huge gain. They got 12 on the field.
Robertson had the explosive run in the first half. This out to Baldwin, and there is Travis Hunter flashing.
The flag is going to be for an illegal substitution. They had 12 men on the field, but that doesn't negate just the burst, fearlessness, run through, face up, finish tackle by number 12. Flex up on that. Unfortunately, it's going to be 1st and 5, but that's a great play. Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator from Baylor, will change up tempo, and he caught Colorado. Baylor was not substituting.
Illegal substitution, defense. The 12th player did not get off the field prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Coach Prime frustrated there as they just try to change groups and helps out the official. He knows it was on them, just kind of, helping his guy out a little bit. Here it is, right, the guy running off the field right there is the 12th.
Mari McNeil.
12th play, 8 in the front, 2 corners over in the free safety, makes 11. He was the 12th.
With 11 guys out there now, right into the teeth of that Colorado defense. 1st down on the ground with Richardson. He got 7 yards.
We talked about Trigg being an X factor in this game as potentially a one-on-one target. He's had multiple just great fits, had the back block on the touchdown run by Robertson, and a great job right there, opening a big old hole for the 1st down.
On a 1st and 10, shot play, and over the head of Baldwin. You talk about the blocking of Baylor. That opens up a play call like that to go back over the top.
Yep, just again, they can pick their spots away from Travis Hunter and then find their best matchup. They went to the big box, paid for just a magical touchdown from Monterey Baldwin right there. Sawyer Robertson just has to give him a chance, or play 2nd and 10 is better than underthrowing it.
And we're back to the run game. He's probing Richardson to the outside, and a 1st down saving tackle by Carter Stoutmeyer, playing from that deep safety spot.
They hit this against Air Force. They hit this against Utah, just a version of counter. Look at it, Trigg leading the way, set up a 3rd and 3.
Stoutmeyer starting again tonight with Shiloh Sanders out for a 2nd straight game. Expected back next week in the Colorado secondary. Forward surge, they need the 50.
Yeah, they need the
and
strike.
That's the mark. It is a 1st down.
Yep. That one's not hard to spot when it's on the line like that. The left foot. Line judge up top, no doubt about it.
Well, we were promised more Dominic Richardson tonight. Him and Bryson Washington have split the carries for Baylor.
And you get it, especially with the plan of that kind of play, inside zone, the counter change up off of it, fits his running style very well.
Richardson, a couple of 1st downs on the ground on this drive that reaches midfield. Robertson on the roll, trying to fit it in the hole. Incomplete for Ashton Hawkins, with Silman Craig hunting a pick.
That was actually a great job by Silman Craig. Watch him here. Watch the hair come out of center field. Number 7 sees the ball thrown. Watch him protect himself and the defender. Right at the end, he turned away. Didn't present any possibility for targeting. That's where that could happen a lot when everybody's exposed. Well done by Silman Craig.
So his coverage brings up 2nd and 10. And on the ground for Richard Reese. Into the wash. 3rd and 8 upcoming for Baylor.
Colorado quickly subbing their guys off, getting to that 3rd down rush package they want to get to. They've got a new set of defensive ends and a separate linebacking crew in here right now. Every tick of this clock that goes away with Shadur Sanders on the sideline is a win for Dave Aranda.
Colorado checks in Taj McCoy, and he won't be able to get home because Robertson's on the move, and he was tripped up just short of the line. Trevor Woods with a shoestring tackle.
Trevor Woods, the definition of a shoestring tackle. They're going to go for it here. It's going to be 4th and inches. Depending on if they go fast here or not, they would look at that spot. It looked like he was a little bit closer to the 40, but a great effort by Woods to get the big, again, remember Robertson, 6'4", 220, getting him down.
Inches to go on 4th down and plus territory. Robertson has nowhere to go. B.J. Green at his feet, getting the ball back for the Buffs.
Green in the backfield. Hill Green in the backfield. Bentley finishing it. Going crazy at Folsom Field.
Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich with you in Boulder. Huge defensive play for Trevor Wood, saving a first down, getting the ball back.
Yeah, if he doesn't make that play, Robertson isn't gone, but it's close. And then the fourth down play, no chance right there. Green in the backfield. Hill Green, Bentley finishing. You know, Coach Prime has to have a Bentley.
Not a Toyota. He wants a Bentley. That's his advice to his linebacker. Shadur Sanders throws that out of bounds. Those were the last words that Deion Sanders said to us in our meeting with him yesterday. Because we talked a lot about Bentley, who had a great game last week.
Yes.
Helped on that fourth down stop. He said, remember, boys, no Toyotas tomorrow. We need a Bentley out of our linebacker group.
Love it.
Shadur Sanders has run for a touchdown. He's thrown for a touchdown tonight. Out of the belly on play action. It was knocked down, intended for Hunter. Orlando Johnson was all over it. So was Evans coming off the edge.
Yeah, you can see Baylor's defense knows exactly where 12 is, and that's not just the secondary. Watch how the front says, hey, this guy, they want to get in the ball. Watch them put their hands up, get right in the throwing lane, right in front of him, and trying to throw him off and run the screen. Well defended.
And Baylor showing some of their depth on the edge here. Remember, Garmin Randolph went off on that last drive. Wes Evans a little further down the depth chart. And one of their edges gets home again. Steve Linton, not a sack, but enough to bring up a fourth down.
Yeah, they got to be in pump mode here. Travis Hunter frustrated they couldn't get the ball to him, and that was well defended. Watch this twist game. T goes first, the 0, the E10 twist game right at home. That's a way to defend the quarterback run, the effective quarterback run that Shadur Sanders had the last couple drives.
And Travis Hunter was saying, come on, guys, we should be scoring on this defense. Hasn't been that easy against Baylor this season. Big defensive turnaround. Has them ahead by a score in the Big 12 opener. And Bassett's kick rolls in for a touchback. Well, Dave Aranda calling the defense again. And they've played like a national championship winning coordinator's defense should. Fox College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Beautiful final night of summer in Boulder, Colorado. Connor Onion, Mark Helfrich. Big 12 opener on a night where we're going to find out who's taking a step toward being legitimately competitive in this wide open league this year. With the one-score lead, it's Baylor with Dawson Pendergrass ahead for 7 yards.
Nice little drive starter there. Got in an unbalanced formation, which Rob Livingston, defensive coordinator from Colorado, called yesterday communist football, and here's it again, communist football into the boundary.
Well, back-to-back plays to Pendergrass, who has his first 2 carries of the night, and taking the Bentley for a ride for a first down.
Well, yeah, appropriately so, and is in his defense, in Robert Livingston's defense. In the NFL, those formations are illegal. How Baylor's lining those last couple plays, and 100% legal at this level, and smart, but versus him from Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator for Baylor.
Very interesting. Colorado has 2 coordinators that are calling plays full-time at this level for the first time ever. Pat Shurmur, their offensive coordinator, longtime NFL guy. Robert Livingston has never called a defense, period. He was a safeties coach for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And Deion Sanders under the Mickey Andrews kind of family of the world, and even, talking to Marvin Lewis, who knew Robert Livingston in his background, ton of man free, a ton of aggressiveness, just like this.
Yeah, a bunch of guys stacked up in the box and nowhere to go. Hill Green, the first in the backfield. Third down.
Wherever Deion Sanders will be, there'll be great secondary play. Now they just have to finish these deals. What could turn into a big run. Bentley setting the edge, and Hill Green coming over the top and finishing the deal.
Those guys have been locked up a lot tonight. Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator for Baylor, told his wide receivers, expect Travis Hunter to spend time on all of you tonight. Definitely brought out an attitude of that. A bunch of shoving after the whistle. On a third down, that is airmailed. And he wanted Trigg as tight ends. And Colton Hood saying, if that's in your area, you're not catching it anyway. Fourth down.
Yeah, Hood, the route from Trigg lets Hood just dominate the top of the route. He saved about 6 inches for the young quarterback. No place for him to go. Young from an experience standpoint.
Redshirt freshman transfer from Auburn. Make-up play for Hood after he missed on a tackle on special teams earlier in this game. Wester looking for the outside. He won't get there. Well, Brent Yormark, the commissioner for the Big 12, said every week is going to matter in the Big 12. He ain't lying.
Back in Boulder, take a look at the first half. Shedeur breaking tackles, multiple tackles, double-digit tackles. That was on the way to just a garden variety gain. This was the chunk play, turned into a touchdown as we were laying on top. And then the second half, the adjustments, getting to him and finishing the deal. Multiple holding penalties, almost a couple groundings. And then still, if you're a Baylor fan, rushing 4 every time to create that pressure.
4 up on the line again, bringing 4 like they have been all night on first down. Shot play down the middle. Travis Hunter dropped in the bucket by Sanders.
This is where my X is better than your O and your other O as well. Lemire in coverage. They're trying to get 2 guys to him. Gordon over the top. The linebacker, you see that right there? Hey, we got him double teamed. We got him triangle. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm going to throw it to that guy, and he's going to go get it.
That's a Jimmy and Joe's play right there.
Yes.
46-yard pop from one superstar for this Colorado offense to the other. Sanders to Hunter. Well, Sanders pointing downfield and just turns into a rugby scrum out of the edge. I want to go back to that package we showed, the pressure on Sanders. Maybe that doesn't show the full picture. This might be the best this offensive line for Colorado has played all season.
It really is. And then you piggyback that with the play calling of Pat Shurmur, the commitment to the run game, the variance of personnel groups. You know, for a lot of this year, they've been 10 personnel or 0 personnel, no backs, no tight ends, 5 wides. Why? They got a lot of talented dudes and they got a great quarterback. But this kind of balance makes the defense guess.
And they bunched those receivers up, and Hunter in traffic. It's popped out. Big hit at the end of it. Jarred that free. It was Devin Lemire coming over on Hunter, or else you would have had another contested trap.
Yeah, that looked like a big, clean play. You see the hands on the sideline from Lorando Johnson. An absolutely clean play from Devin Lemire. Fitting, ripping the ball loose from Hunter.
And Devin Lemire against the future first-round pick. Pound for pound, got an argument.
In the ground, I think he double clutched it. Yeah.
And the flag's out bottom side.
It would be an illegal snap.
And not clean from the center, Hank Zielinskis.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 58, 5-yard penalty, third down.
So what that is, snap infraction, is just a double clutch. That's the, snapping it just a fraction early. Let's take a look. Yeah, right there, the movement. It's got to be one clean movement. See, you compliment the offensive line and the voodoo sets in right there.
They weren't throwing a no-hitter, Mark. Sanders has Hunter open. Diving catch, Travis Hunter. First and goal, Buffaloes.
Great job buying time from Shedeur Sanders, and watch him come all the way across. Little looping route. A lot of times this route's run with tight ends. They hide a much better athlete. He goes up and get it. And a nice adjustment by Shedeur Sanders, being able to buy himself some time.
And wouldn't you know it, Hunter is over 100 yards again, setting up the run. It's Welch down inside the 5. 122 yards in the night, the 5th straight 100-yard receiving game for Travis Hunter.
Nice protection by Smalls, 31, right in front of Shedeur, letting him finish, and no doubt about that one. Travis Hunter control and surviving the ground.
And Colorado looking for a game-tying score. Welch bouncing his way in for the touchdown. Set up by the 2 explosives from Sanders to Hunter through the air.
Yes, and set up by that zone read earlier that Shedeur Sanders scored on this time, the same play. He's going to look at the right edge of the defense, the left side of your screen, before he ends up getting blocked. Sees a pocket open, give, touchdown Buffs.
Mata for the tie. And we are level with a minute to go in the 3rd. Hunter is broken out like he always seems to do.
Yeah, great job of moving him around the screen earlier. That was a frustrating look. Now he's inside. And you get Dave Aranda's going, hey, we've got 3 on 12. Will that be enough? No, it will not be enough. He'll create enough of confidence for Shedeur to set it in there. This one was the man beater, setting up the touchdown run. 2 chunk plays for the All-American.
So 5 straight 100-yard receiving games. First in Colorado history to do that. Travis Hunter. Not even Michael Westbrook was doing that in the mid-90s, catching balls from Cordell Stewart. Just another one of those. He's doing something that nobody has ever done before, Travis Hunter.
Yeah, there's no comparison. You know, we were talking to Dave Aranda, and he's like, oh, yeah, he's as good as this guy and Pat Ramsey and Justin Jefferson and these other guys, and you're not like, oh, he's telling a fib or telling it's legitimate. This guy is that good in every aspect of the game. It's fun to watch him when he's double teamed and not even in the play at all and competing his tail off.
Remember, Jace Feely was injured at the end of the half. The kicker on kickoffs for Colorado. So this is Christian Palazzo, who kicks it off short. And a returnable ball out to the 40-yard line. Right, tomorrow, NFL doubleheader. Eagles against the Saints. Hot starting Saints. Then America's Game of the Week, Ravens and Cowboys, all on Fox. Check your local listings for the game that you'll get in your area on Fox and the Fox Sports app. You're trying to come up with these comparisons for Travis Hunter. Dave Aranda, of course, coached the 2019 national championship winning team for LSU. On offense, he said he's like Justin Jefferson. Now with the Vikings, he's like Derek Stingley, now in the NFL with the Texans. Wow.
The best part about that answer was when he brought up that, hey, give us the comparison. He was like, oh, and it was like, oh yeah, we have to cover this guy. And makes a tackle in space.
There he is on Baldwin. Did not let him get around the edge. Next week, we had a lot to cover with Dave Aranda yesterday. We got about 20 minutes into the conversation, and then he was like, oh yeah, we got to think about Travis Hunter all night long. Thanks for reminding me, boys.
Yeah, and up to that drive, by his standards, very limited. The 4 targets in the first half, 3 catches, and a pass interference. The 2 chunk plays on that last drive setting up a touchdown.
So Sawyer Robertson, who started last week for DeQuan Finn, now the named starter, and it's incomplete. Out to Baldwin. Would have been close to the first down, now 3rd and 10.
Nice design here by Rob Livingston and company. Silman Craig, the edge pressure, speeding up the process of Sawyer Robertson had it dialed up into the boundary, just misses.
And the sound on third down, bouncing off the mountains in Boulder, Colorado. On a 3rd and 10. Robertson wanted another shot. Another one to Baldwin. But Preston Hodge was right there.
Preston Hodge absolutely in the hip pocket right there, and Sawyer Robertson will want this one back. Just give his guy a chance, let him go make the play. The Baylor sideline wanting that tug called. Colorado fans saying, yeah, that's the same thing that happened earlier. Juiced on the sideline.
Should the flag come out there?
No.
No? No. And Preston Hodge had the coverage. Mano y mano. Remember, Deion Sanders told us yesterday, he gets out of bed wanting to play man coverage. And the flag comes out where Williams can get the punt away.
Full start. Offense. Number 44. 5-3. 4th down. Please reset the game clock to 10 seconds. 0-1-0.
Well, as the mood inside Folsom Field has started to flip on its head, Dave Aranda, from that shot we just got of him, the Baylor head coach, choosing that stoic approach.
Yep. And that's his modus operandi about 97% of the time.
Colorado almost busted through those personal protectors. And it's Jimmy Horn back to get it.
Nice coverage.
He's popped down at the 13-yard line. Josh White with good punt coverage. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado offense start the 4th with the ball, looking for the lead. Well, Baylor trying to show they're ready to contend again like they did in 2019 and 2021 in the Big 12. Colorado, hoping to win a bowl game, get there first, the first time since 2004, maybe with a Heisman season.
I like the Heisman look right there.
Travis Hunter set up the last scoring drive. He has the first touch of this drive for Colorado. And he's run out of bounds. I'm going to ask you again. You were non-committal last time. Which side of the field, which side of the ball is he better?
Yes. The answer to that is yes. I mean,
you're still punting on me, huh?
He's so good. Like right there, just that run right there. 2 guys are in the backfield. Most, skill guy, whatever, going to bounce that and lose a yard. He gains 4. It's little things like that in everything he does. He loves to compete at everything. It shows in how he blocks. Shows he does things without the ball. We'll go offense because they make more money.
Thank you for committing, finally. Sanders out of pressure, pumping on the run. He has a first down and protects it at the end as he takes Matt Jones with him for the first down. 13 yards for Sanders to keep the drive alive.
This is going to be the difference right here. One of these popping for just a little bit more of a chunk play. Really nice awareness again from Shedeur Sanders. Kyler Jordan missed him that time. Dave Aranda, again, 2 safeties. Make him beat you, make him do this all the way down the field.
Augusta, patient run to the edge and flung ahead by Ma'ai after he got 5 yards on first down.
That's a safety coming out of center field. Coleman getting involved, coming from 12, 14 yards deep. What's that a result of? Having a ton of skill and a great quarterback. Setting up 2nd and 5.
Deion Sanders alluded to balance not mattering as long as you win, but they have been more balanced, like Shedeur Sanders told us before the game, like they would be. And back-to-back runs. And this one has a herd of Buffaloes with them for a first down.
Yep, they scrummed that one forward, definitely beyond the 40-yard line, the line to gain. First down.
As balanced as they've been all year.
It's, yeah, not even close. And again, they've been effective runs, body blow runs, those 5-yard gains, that's a 6-yard gain, taking pressure off of number 2.
And that is the reputation of Pat Shurmur going back to his NFL days. Called offense with Chip Kelly when they had Shady McCoy. Had the #1 rushing offense in the NFL.
There's 5 wides. That's Miller in the backfield with him.
Back to the air, and it is Miller. Out to midfield, a yard shy of the first down. He's had a couple of plays designed for him tonight, as well as Amarion Miller, some of the other guys.
See you going with a little tempo here, trying to frenzy him a little bit and not allow him to match this 5 wide. Dave Aranda knew this coming in. We talked about this a little bit last night.
Colorado on the ball quick. Sanders given time, and a bullet across the middle to Wester. And the chains move one more time with the Buffs trying to take the lead.
This is the film room play we showed earlier against Colorado State. Jonte Wester presenting himself. Nice job going down and getting it and ensuring the first down yardage.
A top 10 passing offense in the country against Baylor's passing defense that is #1 in the country coming into this week. Strength against strength out on the edges right now in a tie game. And back to the ground, Augustov crawling ahead for 2 yards. Well, Baylor, some of this is opponent-based.
Yes, absolutely. Tarleton State in the opener, and then Air Force, who, you know, just doesn't throw the football. But tonight, giving up the most by far.
But I don't think there's any question. This is a much better defense.
No doubt.
Than last year.
Much better defense, and probably other than Utah, this would be the best passing attack they've faced this year. But tonight is not just a passing attack.
A rare 2 tight end look.
Double
reverse. Hunter gives it off for Horn. Sanders putting his body out there. And DJ Coleman comes up to make the stick. So a lot of window dressing, all that, a couple yards, third down.
Yep, so many people dialed into that guy 12. He says, I'm going to flip it to my other guy. And Shedeur says, I got to earn. That's a good job pulling up, he'll say, right in the film room. If they win, that'll be, I was laying off. I didn't want to light him up and get a penalty. Well done.
Looked like a basketball closeout.
Well, that's smart in that situation. That's a, double gold star if you win. 3rd and 5.
What's your call here for Pat Shurmur?
If they're going to go for, like right now, they're probably on time about whether or not they're going for 4 down territory. Augusta blunt up a little bit in here, where the play fake to him, and now you got him.
Oh, and Augusta falls down. He would have had the first down. So from here,
of room right there, yeah.
From here, this would be a 52-yard field goal.
Watch the defense collapse down that time with Will Shepard, and then the post route, and there was basically nobody left until we would have gotten to LeVar Thornton Jr. way downfield.
Oh, missed chance for Colorado. They're on the march. And a timeout. Time to think about it for Colorado.
Charge timeout, Colorado, 1st and a half.
Alejandro Mata's career long is 47 yards. This would be from 52. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. A massive, energetic crowd in Boulder for the first Big 12 game here since 2010. And we are all locked up at 24. And the offense is on the field on 4th and 8.
Gotta be ready for a little hard count here, maybe.
So Mata will not come out to try the 52-yarder for the lead. Instead, it's on the arm of Sanders on the 4th and 8. Given time, now running out of time, and he's roped down. Roberts Day gets the ball back to the Bears.
Dave Aranda, a 4-man rush. His patience is rewarded with the dig out sack. Great coverage. Sanders to the ground.
Bucks College Football is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Oh, joy to be with you for this one. Connor Undy and Mark Helfrich. One of the games of the day across the country, right up there with Michigan and USC, and that great finish in the Big House earlier this afternoon.
Whap.
So Baylor has it, trying to take the lead back. The coverage for Baylor led to the sack, their fourth of the night, to get it back.
Yes, beautifully designed disguise from Dave Aranda and company. They show that same look every play. Horn Jr. was frustrated there at the end, but it was the double team on Travis Hunter that led to the sack.
Off play action, Sawyer Robertson on target to Jackson. He is close to the first down. They got him about a half-yard short, so 3rd and inches.
That's a really nice throw by, and again, I say an inexperienced quarterback guy that just hasn't done a lot. That route with him coming right at him, they set up a pick, knowing Colorado most likely would be in man. Really nice tempo on that throw in crunch time by Sawyer Robertson.
A yard to get. It's in the belly of Washington, who bullies his way ahead for a first down. You mentioned the inexperience of Sawyer Robertson as a starter, but this is a guy, Mark, that is hardened by the rejection of quarterback battle after quarterback battle. He was told he was not the guy out of fall camp for a second time at Baylor. But after DeQuan Finn got hurt, Dave Aranda said they're riding with him for the long term. And out to Washington. Those two hook up for another first down. Off the hit of Silman Craig to get a couple extras. Back-to-back first downs with their freshman running back.
Beautifully designed. Watch this. It's a quarterback personal play fake counter. Oh, nope. It's play action pass to Washington. Well designed and better execution from Robertson. And that says so much, going back to your point, that says so much about the character of this kid in today's day and age. In any day and age.
Well, Robertson was the player of the week for Baylor in their win last week. And to give you an idea of how much he's gone through and his teammates' awareness of that, the entire team gave him a standing ovation in their meeting room when he was given that award. Now their Big 12 opener is on his shoulders. And back-to-back plays on the ground. This is Richardson. So Robertson might have to make another big throw on 3rd down.
A nice job there. Just a little base run there from Jake Spavital. And this is the time where that helmet communication for the veteran Jake Spavital, the inexperienced Sawyer Robertson, he's telling him right now, hey, we got 3rd and 6. Probably in 4-down territory based on situation of what the result is. Take care of the rock. Here's what I'm thinking. Here comes the Mike Backer.
Another 3rd down, another run. And a first down. Right through the teeth of the defense for a first down in the run game with Dominic Richardson. He got 8 yards.
Just a little bluff. He bluffed Woods, and he ended up getting flat back by those guys up front. Really good push inside that sign, but it was Fugar, it was Price. Watch the flat back finish right there, nice.
It's a play call that makes you think they were going for it on 4th down, right? Now definitely in field goal range. Robertson looking fade ball for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown for Presley. Didn't need the other hand to give Baylor the lead.
McKinney, I don't know what you tell me here. That is a great throw in that situation. And as you said, hey, Travis Hunter can catch it two-handed. Somebody there has a two-handed. Monterey, the two-hand. Watch this. Again, where do you throw this ball? The only place you can throw it is right there. He's holding the inside right arm in that case. Unbelievable finish.
And Baylor wasn't even sure if Hal Presley would get enough practice time coming back from an injury to play in this game. On a night where they want to take shots, they got him back. And they got Robertson humming it through the air. Baylor leads late in the 4th quarter in Boulder. Well, a heck of a drive for Sawyer Robertson at quarterback for Baylor, capped by Hal Presley's one-handed go-ahead touchdown catch. Coming down to the final 5+ minutes And a night where we're going to find out a lot about the early Big 12 race and who could challenge for a trip to Arlington at the end of it, the Big 12 championship game. Utah and Oklahoma State gave us some clues earlier today. One-score game, Baylor and Colorado. How do we get here? Let's look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life. Creating financial security for nearly 160 years. Baylor said they wanted to take shots. They've taken them all night.
Yeah, they have Monterey Baldwin. We thought that was going to be the best catch of the night. Oh, by the way, 100-yard touchdown return. The drop-down get up by Miller from Colorado. And then the "you can hold my right hand because I don't need it" touchdown that time from Hal Presley.
So now Shadur Sanders takes the field at quarterback for Colorado. What does a counter punch look like from the Buffs? Pressure. Thomas has him wrapped up and ropes him down. Good start to this drive for the Baylor defense, protecting a lead.
And what was their changeup? What was Dave Aranda's changeup defensively? A different look this time. A 5-man pressure, a jam front, a bear front. Everybody's covered up front. Little twist game. The back gets beat as the helper that time on Keaton Thomas, and no chance.
4th sack this half for Thomas in that Baylor defense. He only got home once in the first half. Behind the chains on 2nd down. Linton home to the quarterback. And he's free again. Back-to-back sacks.
Colorado's got to go kind of 2-minute mode here to go fast, but this is why I don't want to get a drop-back contest right here. Just Benson gets beat. Litton, too much speed and athleticism. Benson has been, rotating in at tackle as well as his original spot at guard.
And Baylor fans are saying, thank goodness that Linton is finally hitting another team's quarterback. Played at Texas Tech last year. All 3 of his sacks were against Baylor.
Friendly fire.
The last 3 plays of the Baylor defense have been sacks. Can't take one back here if you're Sanders. And he fires it away with nobody there.
He's outside the pocket, and it's past the line of scrimmage, I believe.
They'll conference. Luke Richardson and his crew.
So soon we'll take a look here. The hash, just as your landmarks, got to get outside 77, right on the border. It is definitely beyond the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the benefit of that right there as he's talking with Pat Shermer about what he saw.
The flags stay in pockets, but 2 sacks, pressure on a 3rd down. Baylor with the lead, getting the ball back. And presumably good field position. Returns have been a big part of the story tonight. Cameron had a big pop earlier, through 2 tackles, and dragged down inside field goal range, which is important in this 1-score game. With Baylor thinking about at least a 10-point lead. Power player presented by Ram Trucks, Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah, he has done just a great job, run and pass. His buddies helping him out on that split zone play. The 4th and 2 turned into the home run. Presley making his guy look good with a perfect throw. Wow, getting held a little and 1 that time. And right here again, take care of the rock. If you're Sawyer Robertson and company, you're already in field goal range. Take care of it, turn it into a 2-score game at an absolute minimum because of that great return and setup from Josh Cameron.
Right on the edge of the red zone. And first play to Richardson. Short gain, 2nd down.
Nice job by McKinney. You see him not hesitating at all. We talked about Travis Hunter's physicality. McKinney knows what time it is in terms of the situation on the clock. 3:38. Colorado has 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout, an effective 3rd timeout. He's got to be in the backfield to make tackles.
If Baylor doesn't gain another yard, it would be about a 42-yard field goal from here. The kicker Hankins came into this week 6 of 8 with a couple of misses from 40+. So not a sure thing from here. And Robertson stacked up. BJ Green, part of the crew that got there, with Okunloa finishing him off.
Okunloa and Green, as you said, meeting at the quarterback, trying to set up that looked like a predetermined quarterback keeper on the counter action. Just trying to get this tough, athletic Colorado defense going the wrong way. Not too great effect at that moment. Third and extra long here. Again, this is where you really get in the ear of the young QB. Take care of the ball.
It would be a 46-yard field goal from here. Play clock getting deep. And we keep it on the grounds. And Woods up to make the tackle. Just ahead of the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, Baylor certainly won't take one. Colorado, this is a time where you could use it, and it looks like they are going to use their second timeout at 2:15, so you're saving that 15 seconds.
Your 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock.
Well, when Baylor won their 2 Big 12 games last year, it was dramatic. You can count on a game at Folsom Field when Deion Sanders is the head coach to be dramatic. 9 one-score games in his 2 years. 4 of their 6 wins by 1 score, including their opener this year against North Dakota State, in 6 straight, just like this in this stadium. And the difference between a 1-score game and a 2-score game will ride in the leg. The big left leg of Isaiah Hankins. And missed against Utah from 49. Missed against Air Force from 44. Right in between those 2 ranges. From 46 to put Baylor up by 10. Operation good. The kick is not.
Like he made clean contact, just wide right, and as you ordered, got to set up this 1-score game. Looked like a clean operation, not a great ball flight, but kind of a little bit of a knuckler. And with a lefty, that's the pull mode side of things. Him frustrated, Folsom Field, ecstatic. Job 1, protect.
We talked to Deion Sanders yesterday. He said the self-belief of his son and his starting quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, on the same level as Steve Young and Troy Aikman, the Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
A couple of first ballot Hall of Famers, not bad.
That Prime played with in the NFL. What does he have with 2:16 to go? He can't get away from pressure again. And got back on top of the ball. Matt Jones.
It's going to be right to the 2-minute timeout. They're not going to have time to get another play off. Again, Baylor, a 4-man rush, line games, little brass in your helmet. But
that is the perfect picture of who Matt Jones is to this Baylor defense. 2 minutes to decide who is 1-0 in the Big 12. Fox College Football is sponsored by Verizon 5G.
There's very few people having more fun than we are, but those two might be.
Ralphie look-alike. First fan we saw. 2 minutes. Chasing 7 for Colorado. Flags are out. And Sanders took a shot, threw it at the feet of Hunter. Steve Linton was right in his lap again, but some movement for Baylor up front.
The officials throw it like that. The guy slightly across the line of scrimmage. This almost guaranteed free play offside.
Offside. Defense. Number 0. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that'll set up a 2nd and 8. Now, definitely in the neutral zone right there. Good call. Good job by the center that time.
1, 5, 6.
I mean, this speaks to our conversation at break. We were wondering, Mark, Colorado going to get a clean pass off the rest of this game?
And don't be afraid, even right here, pop a run. You know, pop a run especially would have been probably better outside the 2-minute warning, but just keep them honest, not getting the free flow jet shots on your quarterback.
1 timeout, needing a touchdown for Colorado. Pressure again. Sanders fading away, looking for Hunter, who turns around with a flag down. Coverage all over him. He found a way.
A little and one on the end of it. Shedeur took a shot with the twister coming right in his face.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. That pitch decline. Result of the play is a first down.
Lemire, because of the pressure, the ball becomes a little underthrown to Travis Hunter on the double move right there. And he's just a little bit of a restriction for a comeback. Normally you're going to need more time to come back. I think this is...
Completed catch is under further review.
Sorry, I was trying to hold up when the official was talking.
39-yard pop with pass interference as this goes to review.
Yeah, so let's take a look. There's the early contact, and that's why they're looking at it. I don't know if he had control. Hopefully we'll try to get Dean Blandino. So the difference here is just the 15-yard normal pass interference or a big old chunk play of 39 yards.
Dean, another matter of control here. What'd you see?
Yep.
Exactly right. This is the best look. Does he have that ball pinned between his forearms, or is it loose? It clearly hits the ground. To me, it appears to be loose, and this is important. Even though we have the defensive pass interference penalty, if they overturn it to incomplete, it'll be a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, which is a significant difference in yardage.
Yes.
Yeah, 39-yard gain with the and one if it's a catch, and declining the penalty versus the 15-yard penalty,
which would have the ball at the 45.
His next stop in the NFL, he'll get all that yards on the pass interference no matter what.
Well, Travis Hunter gives us a little clue of what he thought. Body language usually good indicator. Well, I don't know what we're getting out of that.
Most elite great competitors are honest in these type of situations. That looks like we better go back to the 15-yard gain. First down either way, just basically a 25-yard difference, 24-yard difference.
Yeah, it'd be at the Colorado 45-yard line if it's overturned, and they're marching the sticks back that way.
After further review, the ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. Pass interference will be enforced from the 30-yard line to be first down, Colorado.
And any doubt of the toughness of Shedeur Sanders, he knows this guy's coming right down Broadway, Jordan. And just to get the ball in a position to draw that or have your guy make a play for you, big time.
Well, that heat-seeking emotion that Dave Aranda promised, he has brought it tonight.
They placed it right on the rear legs of the Ralphie logo, 1st and 10.
I'm sure how that sentence is going to finish.
All 4-down territory. Again, if you're Shedeur Sanders, take care of the rock. We got 4 downs to get every chunk here with $1:48 left.
65 yards to get, 1:48 to do it with a timeout. Sanders has the ball stripped. Can he find it? And he wins the race back to the ball, but that pressure in that pocket continues to suffocate.
It's your guy, Steve Linton, again. The transfer from Tech. It's just meet at the quarterback. Kyler Jordan and Steve Linton say, hey, we're going to have a meeting. We're going to have a jack meeting at Shedeur Sanders. Fight for the ball. Again, a great effort from Shedeur Sanders to give him another snap.
But after the loss of 9, all the way back to 36 with a flag out.
They jumped, and with the clock running, that'll be a 10-second runoff. They have 1 timeout. Colorado could choose to use that to keep the 10 seconds. See how they administer this. It's right there because the clock is running. It's a live ball penalty. Now they're asking Coach Prime right there, hey, do you want to use the timeout? That right there says no to me, so they'll subtract 10. Dave Aranda says, of course I don't want to give. Should do any more time.
Full start. Offense number 7-7. This foul caused the clock to stop, which it'll be a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 1 second. And the clock will start on my signal.
So he meant because it was running. There's certainly a false start from Seton, because now the chop ready for play and wind right here. Clock's running.
Seton's third penalty of the night. 10-second runoff. Clock inside a minute. 2nd and 24. Sanders has space out in front. Looking for the sideline. Back to the original sticks, and he is out of bounds. Ooh, big play from Sanders with his legs. 46 seconds. Clock stops. 3rd down.
Just great recognition again. You see, watch this entire hash-to-hash wide open area that he recognizes and then wisely gets out of bounds. Set up 3rd and 7 again. 2 downs to get this. 46 seconds left. Great job of still keeping that timeout in his hip pocket.
Sanders gained 17 of the 24 they needed. Keep the drive and the game going. Got to have it on 2 plays. Far side, that is caught. It's right near the line to get by Wester.
I think they're in a...
And they do have it.
Yeah. No, they're marking short.
Oh, they do have it short.
Yeah, I think he got it. The clock is running here. They're calling him short.
Yeah, and this for the game here. And Sanders ahead now.
Okay, so now clock will stop. Yeah, I think in the previous play, that's one of those impossibly difficult to spot by the line judge. But that 1st and 10, and now they're going to take a timeout.
Colorado, it's their 3rd and final time on the half. It'll be a full timeout.
So just basically use the timeout to get organized here, 18 seconds, and talk about it. So watch the line to gain just outside the 45-yard line. Yeah, this clearly looked like he caught the ball, firm control, way beyond the chains. That's one of those ones in that situation, they sometimes try to get help from the official on the other side. You see him looking up as he's saying wind, wind, wind.
Which would have given him 15 to 20 more seconds.
Yes.
So now it's minimum
of 2 more plays in that type of situation.
So 43 yards, 18 seconds, no timeouts. How do you play this if you're Deion Sanders, the offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur, and Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, you got to get chunks or out of bounds, right? It's got to be 1st downs or out of bounds. You have no timeouts. Ideally, you're going to get 3 shots at something here with 18 seconds left. You know, calling it approximately 6 seconds per play. Obviously, a lot depends on how the plays develop.
Travis Hunter is down at the bottom side, the star receiver for Colorado. Jones couldn't get home. Sanders rifles it out of bounds. So that ran 7 seconds off the clock.
That's right. Right there is, you know what I say, it's 6 seconds depending on what happens. It's that kind of what happens. They get a free hitter right up the middle. That time it was Jones. They missed the protection with the tailback. Is that little extra overthrow? He's calling 14 Will Shepherd in the area, so there's no grounding. Now there's a maximum of 2 plays with 11 seconds, barring a defensive penalty or something else.
So you get some of it here and then set up a Hail Mary, right?
Yes.
On a 2nd and 10. Clock inside 10 seconds. Sanders takes his shot here toward the end zone. It is dropped! Shepherd would have had a touchdown!
Wow, wow, wow. Caden Jenkins just had a little heart attack moment right there. Number 8 in coverage. You see him going up and challenging for it. You see the student section in the background. Oh my goodness. Will Shepherd has had such a great night. Oh. See if Dave Aranda right next to the line judge down here. We'll see if he uses a timeout. With 2 seconds left to set up kind of a victory mode defense, he will.
And a timeout for Baylor before the game's final play of regulation.
Charge timeout.
If
Baylor,
there's no penalty.
They're first. Be a 30-second timeout.
Well, some Colorado fans that have been fans of the Buffs for a while are hoping this ends just like 1994.
Well, they get one more play. 3 wide outs at the top of the picture. If I were the defense, I'd have a few more guys over there. Stewart with time. Lets it go. The ball's up in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Incredible.
Keith Jackson on the call of one of the biggest moments in Colorado history.
Every Baylor fan is appropriately cursing the television that we just showed that right there, but what an incredible play.
You know, if Shepard could have caught that ball, turned and stayed up.
Yep, they're showing that replay over and over and over and over.
But if he was down shy of the goal line, the game might already be over. One more shot at it.
Yep, 24 in the end zone, 3 in the end zone.
Corey Gordon and Devin Bobby playing the prevent end of the game defense.
Smartly trying to get a little reroute and all rushing from one side.
The Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set toward the end zone for the game. It is caught by Wester, just like 1994.
The first look in the stadium they just showed was this look right here. We'll check the ball. That looks like firm control from the 2 angles that we've seen. Just a great effort again by LeJontay Wester, by Shedeur Sanders to even create under duress to give this guy a chance to see if this ball splits the uprights at all. Looks to me like his elbows are together. And that, to me, is a catch. Dean Blandino, do you see anything else?
We're looking to see if the ball hit the ground before he had control. I have not seen anything definitive. They ruled it a touchdown. And just like a lot of people watching this game, other than Baylor fans, I'd like this to stay a touchdown. But we need to see clear evidence that that ball is loose. I just don't see it. At this point, this has got to stand.
Yeah, that's a great look right there. The great job by Wester as a punt returner. That time of keeping your elbows together. That ball can't split the wicket, split the uprights. Of course we're going overtime, right?
Maybe.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown stands.
Had 50,000 extra officials in here helping him out too that entire time. Great play by Wester, by Shedeur Sanders. You see Dave Aranda's going to take a timeout.
Charge timeout. Baylor. 2nd and a half. It'll be a full timeout.
Quarterbacks, just learn from this, create a little space, and just give your guy a shot. Watch you see all the rushers come from the right, and then they add another that kind of loses contain. I don't know if he was originally designed to do that, and then just unbelievable effort. Caden Jenkins in cover. Wester's just able to keep his eyes on it. You know, if you do anything else there, if you're Caden Jenkins, you're just trying to tackle your guy and play another, play for another miracle with the pass interference. But tip your cap right there. Shedeur Sanders, LeJontay Wester, and now trying to tie this game.
With a wet track, with the rain falling most of the second half, it's up to Mata, who Deion Sanders brought with him from Jackson State to try to send this game to overtime. After the Wester miracle catch, we are headed to overtime. This game has been worth every moment you've spent with us tonight, and we've got more coming your way. Hands on head time after Wester plucked it off the ground. Shirts are off. Nobody is left.
I just put mine back on. The rain's coming down. The crowd's going crazy during the timeout. And now the toss. You want to go on defense first. Everybody's guaranteed possession in a much better overtime than the NFL, the college football overtime.
Gentlemen, great ball game so far. Now we're going to overtime. The winner of the toss has 3 options: offense, defense, or what end they want to play. Baylor, you're the visitor. You'll call the toss. We have a heads and tails. What's your call? Heads. Heads. You called heads. It's a heads. You've won the toss. We want to be on defense. Want to be on defense.
So, yep. So Baylor won the toss. They'll be on defense.
Colorado got the ball. First and 10 on this end zone.
And Colorado will be driving toward the students. First and 10.
A reminder, the full overtime rules.
Nope, they switched it.
Yeah, they did have that choice. Colorado actually picked the other end away from their student section.
Yeah.
They did have a choice, but each team gets a possession at the 25-yard line. 1 timeout per overtime. You can do whatever you want if you score a touchdown in the first overtime. Go for 2 or kick the PAT. I think they are up late all across the world. Locked into this overtime.
What else would you rather be watching than this right here, right now? Just this game's been incredible. A little bit of everything, and of course we get a little bonus, a little free football.
And if you just flip this over, LaJohntay Wester, with no time on the clock, caught a Shedeur Sanders prayer from 43 yards in the end zone. And then Colorado kicked the extra point, tied the game, and sent us to this overtime.
The wind is dead. There is a little precipitation coming straight down.
A handoff on the first play of overtime for Sanders. And Jones rings down a gustive. That's how this first overtime begins here in Boulder.
Just as it started, Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator for Colorado, being patient. Just a body blow, 3-yard gain right there. Gustive doing a nice job being physical on the finish. And Dave Aranda saying, you're going to have to beat us playing 2 high safeties. Now he's back with his 5 wideout crew. That's Miller in the backfield.
A typical receiver in the backfield, and he throws it to him. Miller down toward the 15, and he shoots ahead for a first down.
That's been the first concept out of it is this. It's a little option route. Just kind of shows his number in that case to Shedeur. A nice job protecting the football and getting north, putting that foot down and trying to split that zone. First and 10, they can get inside the 4, get a first down before a first and goal.
10 different receivers have caught a ball tonight for Colorado.
This is not a legal formation. There they go. They just made it right. LaJohntay Wester, 10, had to be on the ball.
And back to a true running back look. Sanders out the back door, and Thomas on his back down inside the 10 with a 4-yard gain.
Same play that Shedeur scored on earlier, just a little zone read concept. Pulling off that ghost defensive end. Nice little gainer on first down. Now 10 personnel, 1 back, and no tight ends as 31 Smalls, the tight end coming out of the game.
Well, no matter what, Baylor gets to touch the ball. 2nd and 5 with Colorado trying to score first in overtime. And underneath to Hunter, who's underneath that right at the marker. Needed the 4-yard line. He's a little bit short. It'll be 3rd down.
Yep, going to be just short. Watch him just run a little zone. Stop route. Presents himself a better throw to that right there. He wants to hit the 2 instead of the 1. In that case, he kept him kind of low and he just ensured the catch and set up 3rd and short.
Sneak here.
That's what they went with earlier. Looks like what they're lined up for.
They do with Sanders, who burrows ahead, getting a little extra push. Almost looked like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
With the tush push. Got him down 1st and goal.
Big Hank Zelinskis, the center, and Shedeur again just under 220. He's getting a lot better at this. He was not a great sneaker. If there's something you can complain about him, not a great sneaker. Tonight, it's been good.
First possession of this first overtime. Augusta right into the heart of that front line for Baylor. So 2nd and goal. About a yard to get for Colorado's first score of overtime.
Right there, Shedeur Sanders pointed to the sideline and was like, hey, run that again, run that again. It was almost like, hey, I'll pull it next time, I'll make it right. And he was trying to talk Pat Shurmur into doing the same thing. Now they're in a 12 personnel, one back, 2 tight ends. Different group, could be the same play.
Well, Hart and Smalls, the 2 tight ends, keeping it in the run game. Sanders trying to give it a little push, and they got there. Touchdown for Welch.
Same concept, great finish by the interior. The much maligned offensive line gets a push and a little tush push from Shedeur, a little bonus helmet sticker for Sanders.
And Mata puts it through. Baylor will get a touch. Needing 7 to send it to a second overtime.
Just versions of the same play. Both these are the last 2 plays. Just a hard downhill inside zone type of action. That time, a little slider was the receiver. You could see Shedeur in the background going, hey, yeah, we like that. We're getting push. He felt the big guys up front. They do get the push. And he says, I'm going to ensure this. Set up our defense to try to get a stop. Now you flip it over and you're Sawyer Robinson, Jake Spavital and company on offense. 4 downs for everything. You got to score a touchdown. Everything's 4-down territory.
Richards in the back, design quarterback run, and Robertson torpedoes ahead. Got 5 yards. This was an interesting decision. Colorado is not defending down by their student section. They had the choice at the side of the field. A little less noisy down on this end for Baylor to operate.
And why they chose that, they want to run towards Ralphie or something. It paid off for the offense. Robertson was a little slow getting up there, took a shot.
Robertson and Baylor need 7 in the run game. Strong stiff arm for Richardson, but not getting to the line. He got 2 yards and now 2 plays to keep this game alive for Baylor.
Yep, so again, just that. If you're Jake Spavital, you don't want to put it in the arm and the decision-making of Sawyer Robertson. You're running your 2 best runs right here, trying to convert this. They're in that unbalanced formation. All the eligibles are up top. There's nobody eligible down here at the bottom.
And Colorado late getting organized on the defensive front. Now they're set. Robertson ready to go. On 3rd down, Silman Craig rocketed in there. But sweet feet for Richardson in a first down.
Yep, just inside the 15 as soon as he crosses that big stripe. 1st and 10. They can get 1 more first down before a goal to-go situation. Silman Craig almost having a spectacular play. Great finish from Dominic Richardson.
High snap, another quarterback run. Richardson off a tackle, seeking the end zone. Didn't get all the way there, but did get the first down.
And who makes the play? Silman Craig. Nice design. Jake Spavital, offensive coordinator. Quarterback ISO all the way. There's no option. There's no RPO type of option for him there. Play to his strengths. Secure that ball. 1st and goal.
Needing 7 points to send it to the second OT on 1st and goal. It's Richardson.
Ball's out.
Ahead, ball is out. Ball is out, recovered. And knocked out of the end zone.
So no matter if they break the plane, it's a touchdown. If he fumbles outside, and get the initial ruling.
Ruling on the field is a fumble. It went outside out of the back of the end zone. The previous plays on the further review.
So the initial ruling, which is always vital, is a fumble through the end zone. That's a touchback. The goalposts
the
are down.
goalposts are down. The students are
Crowd
on the
is
field.
on the
This
field.
game is not over.
Going to bring the voice of Dean Blandino.
So,
Dean, what do you got?
The ruling on the field was a fumble short of the goal line. Our look down the line looks like the ball is loose prior to breaking the plane. That makes it a live ball through the end zone for a touchback. And if this call stands, then Colorado wins. This will be a good look. That ball is out on contact.
Makes the play? Travis Hunter. Face on football. And it's certainly from this angle, we can't tell where the football was, but if that near point is not breaking the plane, certainly from that angle, we can't tell, but that's why the initial ruling is so big. The initial call, as soon as that ball goes out, it's a touchback.
Dean, what else did you see?
Well, yeah, I think if we could go back to that goal line look, that's going to be the key shot, that look down the line. And that'll give us our answer. But to me, right here, this is the look. That ball is out on contact. You can see as he's crossing the goal line, it's loose. That's a fumble.
And the previous plays, the two stars of the night, really, Silman Craig tackling the quarterback one-on-one in space, setting up the goal-to-go situation. And then Travis Hunter, by that look right there, looks like there's gonna be another storming of the field. Our referee, Big 12 referee Luke Richmond, is still under the hood.
This would be the
Here's
first
the call.
Yep.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. The ball game's over.
Off the mats. Colorado wins the Big 12 opener. Welcome back to the Big 12, Colorado. Everybody across the country, across the world, collect your thoughts. Come back with us.
Wow.
After Colorado on a Hail Mary and then in overtime wins it. A memory for a lifetime for anybody that witnessed any part of this game, but especially the students here in Boulder, Colorado. A last-second heave from 43 yards, then overtime. The goalposts go down. Colorado back in the Big 12 for the first time in over a decade, and they win it. And like they needed more of a reason to party in Boulder, Colorado. Welcome back in, Mark Helfrich.
Welcome
Connor
to Boulder,
Onion.
Connor.
Wow.
Somewhere Joel Klatt's very happy right now.
I mean, when you wake up on a college football Saturday, you hope for a game like that and a finish like that to cap your day.
Yeah, the double field storm, the drop touchdown, the pass, not pass, I mean, unbelievable. We had everything. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Both these teams played their best games of the year by far, and I'm just pleased to be a part of it. Thank you, college football. Wow.
Man, 1-0 for Colorado in Big 12 play, and Baylor, of course, you're going to have some emotional implications from this on the Bears side.
No doubt. They did a lot of good things, and that's a hard locker room. Been in that locker room before, and it's not fun, right? You had multiple chances. They'll talk about, every coach in America will talk about those end-of-game situations that led to, man, we should have tackled that guy, you know, all the things, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but it's time to celebrate, just to get Travis Hunter and, oh, by the way, force the only turnover of the night on the final play of the game, in kind of an ugly, clean game in a lot of ways for both teams.
Travis Hunter, one that he can add to his Heisman reel at the end of this game, but it was a pocket that was dirty all second half for Shedeur Sanders. We wondered if he could get a clean pass off on the run, no time on the clock. LaJohntay Wester picked it off the ground. And then in overtime, it was Micah Welch into the end zone. Then Travis Hunter submerged that ball, went out of the back of the end zone. They reviewed it. They tore down the goalposts, cleared them off, brought them back on.
Double field storm. Yeah.
Double field storm. And just wow. Unreal night from Boulder. Colorado, in their first Big 12 game since 2010, one they will never, ever, ever forget. Thank you so much for watching. Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion saying goodnight. The birthday boy, Max Linewad, producing a great game back in Los Angeles with Derek Manning in the director chair. 38-31 the final. The Buffs win it over the Bears.